Or like
They do.
Yeah.
They do, especially when you yell it.
Right. Almost like they're offended, like, I love being unhappy. What is wrong with you? It's that feel of melancholy that's kind of addictive. I get it as a cat moon. It's like,
yeah.
Here, dude.
Kind of addicting sometimes. All right, we just started the new live.
Come here.
Let's see.
I don't see it. On your YouTube.
And the other video's deleted?
Yeah, I deleted the other one. What's up, Melissa? Melissa sama.
Mira esa chingadera no sirve.
Ooh, I felt the soul in that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm yelling at YouTube, saying their bullshit doesn't work.
It felt like the you from like eons ago said that.
Right.
Time traveled real quick.
I was so calm too, but I was like, I'm pissed.
Oh wow. Well, welcome to the weekly Divine Trine Horse. Wait, hold on.
Horse?
Is it not live anymore?
Dude, I don't see it, dude. Do you see it? I don't see it.
I'm concerned because I also do not see it.
Here, let me give you the link. I just see it. The live button isn't on anymore.
Yeah,
so,
the live looks like it's live right here. It says live on YouTube.
No, but people are commenting. Here's the link to it.
Oh.
So I guess we're live. Well, welcome, guys. We're back live again. For people watching, that's what's up. I think we had some kind of technical glitch, but you know, we can't be stopped. We back up.
Okay. Finally.
Right. What's up, Lisa Love? So we are live. Perfect. All right. We're gonna get into this weekly horoscope. What's up, Anne? Shout out to those of y'all who are live with us. Oh, I probably have to do that. So this week is featuring aspect where we come out the full moon and we end with a third quarter square. This third quarter square is going to be in Pisces. And so considering how deceptive this Neptune square sun in Gemini has been, I can't wait till the moon goes into Pisces and we just see the height of delusion here and who's able to sort out falsities from, just straight up, truth. But other than that, I'm very excited about this week because, I got a message from someone called Jedi Prince. Very excited this week because we're going to step into the Force. That's what I was excited. And like, it's really like amazing because given all this development of our consciousness and our abilities, we sparked power in Aries season when Mars was conjunct Pluto and Jupiter. So we awakened that power, sparked it cardinally, then we sustained the strength when Mars went into Aquarius, and then the sun was on Uranus. So we activated this power and then we brought it into our bodies. And now Gemini is changing our physiology so that we can actually do magic when it goes into Cancer. So I see this like halfway point from full moon in Gemini to new moon in Cancer to where you're harvesting the experience of the superpowers that you've already awakened, but now you can I feel like it's different for you, Ari and Jax, because you already awakened powers. Like you guys are at the upper half, so it's like it's not going to be new to you guys. I mean, you guys get exorcism when I first met you, so you guys have always been like awakened, but like this is really amazing because like this is going to like further expand forth like these abilities. So I'm excited. This is really awesome.
Yeah, and I'm working in conjunction with like so many of the early signs right now. And it's so funny because almost like the past 2 or 3 years has been all elder signs, like almost every single person. And so it's like there's like this shift that's happening right now in the collective, though. It's like it feels like everyone is waking up, not in this exact same way, but they're like all waking up and stepping into their own iterations of power, which sort of starts to rewrite what it is that our expectation of what that inner power looks like. Because before, it's like if other people were doing it earlier, then it's almost like you thought, okay, well, they're there first, so that's probably what we should all do. But it's not really the case, and it doesn't really work like that. And so now it's like, yeah, there's like this shift that's going backwards almost.
Yeah.
I also forgot that my birthday is this week.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, happy birthday.
Thank you. I must be
Friday, right? Friday or
Friday. No, it's on Thursday.
Oh, it's on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. The 11th, 30. Oh yeah.
How are you going to celebrate the big 2-1?
Someone what? Oh, someone do you mean the big 3-0?
No, the big
30,
2-1. You're turning
30.
21?
Oh shit.
31?
No, 21. I thought you were turning 21.
Oh yes, I'm just becoming old enough to drink. So I'm gonna go to the strip club. And,
Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry a stripper in the club and
Oh.
then divorce her before we leave. So it was just like a strip club affair.
Wow.
But
There's a lot of legal activity going on in that
yeah,
club.
we'd have to get the divorce lawyers there beforehand so it could all just happen seamlessly.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's such a specific plan.
Married at 8, divorced by 2, and in bed at 4 with her friend. But it is what it is.
Oh, are there children involved?
I'm a Gemini, so I wouldn't be there in their life. No, I'm just joking. Peace. I gotta do the race. Take it. No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I would always be in my child's life if I was a father, even though I'm a child right now, a man child. So I don't know if I'm gonna have a kid, but it's all good. I'm gonna turn 30. So I'm gonna instantly transform into an adult and we gonna be good.
Wow, that's so true.
Yeah. Can't wait.
I turned 30 in October.
Oh yeah, you guys are turning 30 this year. Awesome.
Turning clean 30.
Clean 30.
Clean 30.
Clean.
Mm-hmm. Shower a lot.
When you're saying Gemini, my dad's a Pisces, and he's still a child. Like he still acts like one, you know, and just kind of like that. They don't ever grow up. I swear, they don't.
It's a trap.
Ever grow up.
Erica Badu is Sun, Moon, and Pisces, and she has openly said that growing up is a trap. So I trust her.
I'm interested in that. I'm interested.
They have that Peter Pan persona big time.
We're not all the way in this reality, so part of us is in a place that doesn't really age, so we retain our youthfulness in that state. Oh, okay, I said too much.
Yeah, I was about to say, okay, how else does this work?
This came out for me too. Damn. All right, so you were doing the Earth, right? You were going to start.
Yes.
Perfect.
So Earth for the upcoming week. So Taurus, you're going to be masters of manifestation. Everything's going to right now be about growth and about the wood energy from the Chinese astrology, like really feeling everything forming closely together, feeling things expand and grow with, basically within these different collectives. And it feels like right now for you, it's going to be a lot about just seeing really interesting wishes that you've made, different things that you've wanted to bring to the forefront of your life, and actually seeing them in a very realistic way, seeing opportunities for legitimate moves forward, seeing other people as well who normally are able to sort of meet your vibration, but at the same time, they don't always necessarily follow through. You're going to be feeling a lot of people in your life following through, and everyone who doesn't, honestly, it feels like they're almost sort of finding their own way out anyways. Like it feels like if it's not matching, they're not going to be there for very long. And what's interesting, so Virgo, you got King of Coins, and so it feels like you're sort of rebooting your system right now. You're creating the system and the structure of how you live your life. You've already adapted to everything that's been going on in the collective. You've adapted to it, and now you're starting to build a system that works and in itself is adaptable, that's constantly able to change like you are. And it feels like a lot of this is going to be involved with finances, but some of it is just about the organization of your life, and some of it is about the way in which you can actually reach abundance rather than wish for a more conventional way of getting that abundance. So I feel like there's a lot of unconventional ideas, but ironically, they're going to be more stable than some of the more conventional methods. Clearly are in some cases. And then as far as Capricorn, you have Ace of Wands. So this is a really good cardinal kind of energy to start off with, where you're going to feel the spark of inspiration that something has to change. You've got to make a new start for yourself, and you have to have passion in your life involved in some of the things that you're doing. You can't treat that as optional anymore, or basically something that will be in some further destination. You'll have to listen to the present moment so that you can actually interpret your action through passion, through love, through creativity, through excitement, because it's just not sustainable for you anymore to avoid that or to consider it as something you can just wait to do later. If you're only moving with your responsibilities, you will stress yourself into psychosis right now. So let yourself actually explore what it is you're trying to do the way that you need to do it, the specific way that you have to. That's what I see for the earth signs this week.
Nice.
Okay, so for the water signs, the energy of this week is the magician. So you guys are going to be creating something different from what you're used to. What I was kind of being shown is that it's a lot of the work that you have been doing, especially with your emotional body, is finally coming to the surface through your interactions with other people. There seems to be a concentration on using that energy as well with other people, kind of like there's like a energy, like a group dynamic that you might have, either with your partner, a friend, family, things like that, associates, to bring in the changes that you really desire. Because the magician is kind of giving you the opportunity for that, to change and transmute energy from just raw emotion into something more concentrated, into refocusing that into manifesting the change that you really desire. So for Scorpio in particular, you got the Three of Gabriel, which is Three of Wands. This is all about planning, planning, looking to the future, understanding that the changes that you did right now, as well as the stuff that you want to bring in, is going to take a lot of energy. It's going to take a lot of fortitude. It's going to take a lot of planning the next step. Okay. But there's also, it feels like it's also going to just manifest. Okay. Everything that you're planning is going to work out. Okay, Scorpio. So the next one is for Cancer. You got a Knight of Raphael. This is about like seeing things in a more romantic, or this type of loving energy that I'm feeling for you, Cancer, that it's more like kind of like the knight in shining armor type of energy, where everything's just playing out like a fairy tale for you. Like even life, connections with other people. It's like you're having these deep connections with others. You're having this aha moment, like, oh wow, like I never knew that I could easily love someone that I never met before, things like that. So there seems to be like a lot of romance in the air for you in particular. And it's always like that for Cancer. For some reason, in the past few weeks, I've always tapped into them being able to bring love into the room, them being capable to change people's minds through compassion, through just loving them unconditionally, even if they have a difference of opinion, things like that. So everything working out for the better, bringing in love, giving love out. Okay. So the next one is Pisces, the Nine of Michael, which is the Nine of Swords. So Pisces it's more about you stopping focusing on the negative. Okay. You need to stop having that negative self-talk. You need to stop having the unnecessary worries that they're not really happening, the paranoia. Okay. So we're moving away from the delusion. We're moving away from the paranoia, and we're refocusing our mindset into something else. Okay. So all that energy that you've been concentrating, emotionally speaking, because you're very sensitive to what's going on out there, you are taking everything in. You are needing to reroute that energy into something more productive. Okay, Pisces. So there's a desire for release. There's a desire for transmutation with the emotions that you are feeling this week. Okay, so that's what I have for you.
Beautiful.
And now it's Michael.
Trying to see whether to do fire or air first.
You should do fire first.
Fire.
It's made out of blue.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. Your response.
Was he flicking the wrist?
No, he's like, someone said that they like his shirt. He's like, thank you, it's made out of blue.
It is, though. It is.
I'm
No
like,
one knows what the material is.
Look at the
It's
list.
We just know it's the letter blue.
Cotton blue. Cottonelle. Well,
Yeah.
not cottonelle, but
no.
It's Cottonelle. It's made out of blue toilet paper. I sure hope not. This is very strong and shaped weird. If they started started selling it in shirt form, that'd be such an inefficient way to sell the product, you know? Like,
yeah,
they got it right with the roll form, I think.
that's hilarious. That is very hilarious. All right, so fire, we have the Sagittarius Knight of Wands, which I see you, fire, just going on the battlefield. I see this as you taking this wand and knowing exactly what to do. I feel like the swords knows, but like I know you're gonna see what to do. There we go. And you're just gonna do it. And I just see you as like rushing through and people are like, hey, what do you do? And you're not even stopping. You're just like, I gotta do something. And you're just gonna like rush into it. So this is great fire. You're gonna come into great passion. You're gonna come into great inspiration. But I really think you're gonna be busting caps in people's ass all week, which is gonna be so awesome because they thought they can like get away with talking smack, and then you're just gonna pop up and be like, "Hey, remember what you said about me last week? Well, I'm here now." So Aries, we have the High Priestess, which is talking about trust your intuition, especially with these shadow battles you're having, because you got that 12th house Pisces. So your light is making you aware of receiving some type of energy. And I think this is the week you really calibrate and sense not only the direction to move, but yeah, this is revelations this week. And I'm specifically picking up the type of revelation you get in a telenovela that you just didn't expect, but you kind of felt was going to happen, and then it actually happened, and you're like, oh my god, it was right. So like, yeah, you'll be getting like hints and pieces, and then boom, full revelation. So Leo, we have the 5 of Pentacles, which is interesting because the bottom card is Leo. So this could actually be you, and you could be assisting people who might need your guidance or your wealth. Honestly though, Leo, who are your real friends? Because you might be in a position where you don't have as much. See, when you had a lot and you were driving a fancy car and you were actually, uh, flossing out here, you had a lot of people who wanted you for that. And now that, I mean, this doesn't mean you don't have it, but this is just saying who really gives a damn about you. Now that you might feel a bit alienated, because this is really going to, I don't know if you know, Leo, because you're going to go back up, especially when Saturn goes back. So this will let you know who was actually like supportive of you when you were, I don't even consider you down, but when you, because this doesn't have to be financial, it could be emotional. And so just, see who's really by your corner. And Sagittarius, we got the Hermit. So I feel like this is you, Dexter in his lab, just concocting up like new experiments, and like while the world is busy, like just being the world, you're just in your lab, just creating greatness, so that when everyone is ready to stop giving in the pandemonium, come out and you're like, look at everything that I made while I was actually keeping to myself. But it doesn't have to mean you're a hermit. This is just talking about you're the expert right now, and like people may come to you for expert advice. You want to make sure you don't listen to other people but yourself, because you have the answers right now. It's not the mainstream answers. It's like the expert advice that you come up with that mainstream has yet to really catch up with, because you're introducing it to the mainstream. So that's really awesome. And so for air, congratulations. This Gemini season, I do believe, has passed you on to the next level. So if you're an Aquarius, this has evolved the way that you can use your creative talents and skills. And if you're a Libra, this has evolved the way that you can apply language to influence other people. I think Libras, y'all have been working on techniques, like maybe even neuro-linguistic programming techniques that you've been experimenting with, and you're going to find that, oh my God, I mastered it. Like, this shit is as easy as breathing. So that's awesome. And in Geminis, you're literally going to step into, you're going to feel more like yourself. It should feel, Gemini, like a portion of yourself was like sealed away, and now you feel it's back. And it's like, oh, I didn't know I had extra energy. Oh, my bad. So for air, we have the star, because it's the bottom card. So Air, the star is definitely talking about dreams coming true. This is actually, ooh, and then we have the Lovers card. So for some of you, it's like a twin flame situation or a soulmate situation. But more so, the star card for some of you, Libra, is talking about recognition. Someone who you connect with might be even famous. It's funny because they're not going to approach you like they're famous. They're going to approach you like they're just regular because they see you on that level too. So it's not like they would approach you like you'd want their autograph. And I don't think you're the type of person that would even ask for an autograph because you just like to talk to real people. But this is definitely talking about like very amazing, like especially if things have been a bit depressive, this is going to give you so much hope because it's really going to help for some of you break through. And then Aquarius, this is the card of Aquarius, so you're the star, you're the one that's going to be inspiring people are going to be asking for your autograph. You don't even have to be like socialite famous, like even if you don't have millions of followers, people know you in your community. So this is going to allow you to like rep that. So for Aquarius, we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is talking about, oh, and we got the star again. So, this could be talking about working for someone famous. Someone influential might recognize you or hire you for your skills. This is talking about doing meaningful work. Gemini, this could apply to you too, and Libra. But this is definitely speaking of the meaningful work you do. Like if you are so passionate about writing movies, Universal can hire you to write a script, like really awesome. Or if you're a musician, you can get booked for a feature by a major artist because you're very talented. So this is just making sure the work you do it with quality. Libra, we have the Knight of Wands. So it looks like the Sagittarius is going to be coming for you. But this is also you kind of borrowing on the Sag. We got the Moon card. So this is definitely speaking of, I think, inspiration as much as it's also speaking of like, if you had a writer's block coming in. But actually, no, I'm take that back. I feel like for you, Libra, you're dealing with Sagittarius this week, or you're dealing with a fiery individual that's going to, I think they were seeking you because you have the intellect to what passion that they're going to be revving accordingly. So there we go. And finally,
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely very eventful. Oh, interesting. So let's circle again.
What do we do about the Sagittarius that's coming for us, by the way?
That's a good question. Well, I got that they were coming. I got that they were coming to pass the torch. Like now that they see what to do, I think because Libra is like such a sextile sign. It's like, oh, I need to do this with Libra, or like, or hey, I need to do Libra. So you never know. Like it could be anything. So Gemini, you got the same card as Sagittarius, the Hermit. And we know that the what's linking you in Sagittarius are the nodes. So yeah, just like Sagittarius, you're also kind of working on your own expert abilities. And this makes sense because Gemini and Sagittarius are going to be expressing new magic. Sagittarius is expressing an arcane, ancient magic, and then Gemini is like revolutionizing the magical effect of words. So like air signs are saying things and there's more of an effect than there used to be. And we have Sagittarius to thank for that. So once again, like the Hermit card is talking about, whereas Sagittarius is going to be developing skills, Gemini, you're just really going to be taking more time within so that you can really unpack this mastery that you have facilitated. And I'm complete.
Good work.
Sweet. Looks like a good week.
He's worried. He thinks like he's going to get physically assaulted by Sagittarius or something.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that. They could try, but
They could try.
I'm a Libra, so.
Like,
Right.
whoa, can we all just get along?
No, that's not what I would do.
Let's love each other.
Okay, well, that might be what I do, but it would work. It never doesn't work.
Right.
Oh, did you link the
Oh, I just sent it in the chat to you guys.
Yes.
For us?
Mikey? Yeah, Mike, can you link the Jax Atlantis because we were asking?
Oh,
You're the chosen
gosh.
one.
Oh, nice. Progressed
Okay,
Cancer. I
so
feel special.
so Kim, if you can hear me, I did message you right now. So we're gonna.
Oh, and did you tell them about the raffle?
Oh yeah. So people who paid for prior to the live, we have a raffle for you guys. So this is what you're gonna get from me. This is gonna be a actual sacred smudge kit. So I have 4 sacred smudges, and then of course mapacho, which is our sacred tobacco, Aztec sacred tobacco. So the smudges are going to be yerba santa, and this is coming from California. This is used for purification as well as protection. Then you have cedar, and this is again a North American plant, and we use this usually for protection, as well as you can make it into a tea, and it's supposed to help with indigestion. And then you have, of course, sacred white sage, and this is coming from California, and this is usually used for cleansing and purifying as well as protection. You can drink it as a tea too, so it just depends, what you want to use it for. And this is good for antiviral and antibacterial as well. And then we have white sage with dragon's blood, or sangre de drago. This is usually an Amazonian, resin, and the Amazonian tribes use it for wound treatments, stuff like that. So this is usually used for protection and healing. Okay, and then you guys will have a beautiful smoky quartz, and smoky quartz again, it's used metaphysically speaking for protection as well as purifying your environment from lower or negative energies. And then of course, the mapacho is a sacred Nicotiana rustica tobacco. We use it for ceremony with the ancestors, as well as to give thanks to all of our spirit guides. And even when you see like an animal that's dying outside or the side of the road, we give tobacco for the spirits to take it to the spirit world so they can stop suffering here. And so we also use it for ceremonies where we do the peace pipe ceremony. We use it as well. And then we do smoke signal ceremonies with this, where we ask the sacred tobacco spirit to show us any type of messages that it has for us. So yeah, you can use it for a lot of things. All right.
Gave us mapacho for ayahuasca ceremonies.
Yeah, they did too. Yeah. So that's what it's usually used for. It's Aztec tobacco. It's only found in Mexico.
Wow.
And so it was actually sent to me from there. So you guys get an exclusive wild harvested tobacco. All right. And then Mike and Jax have something else for the raffle as well.
I'll be offering a snapshot transit report. So we'll look into the month and what will be happening for you, and also sprinkle in some insight about how this is developing your superpowers as well. And I believe Jax is going to offer a report about Neptune that he'll speak on when he returns.
When he returns. So I have the names in here already for the raffle. And again, it's for people who purchased ahead of the live. Thank you again, you guys, for doing that. And so we put everybody's name, and then Anne, I did get your message. You are in here as well. So I know you're probably like, oh my God, did you guys get it? Luckily, we did. All right. So as soon as Jax comes back and explains his
You
side
mean
of,
like right now?
like right now, yeah. So
That was like perfect timing. I literally heard you say that right as I was sitting back. Okay, so everyone else has explained their thing. I'm going to be doing a Neptune persona chart snapshot for you guys. And basically with the Neptune persona chart, we can take a little look at how your connection with Neptune is working right now, with the transits we have going on, and how your psychic abilities are going to work, how things manifest for you in your, in your energy space right now, what feels like it, at birth was really strong for you when it comes to energy healing versus using divination. And so we're gonna be sending those off to the winner, or are there multiple winners?
There's 3. So
Three
each
to the
one, like
winners.
one's gonna win the Sacred Ceremony smudge kit. Another one's gonna win a thing with Mike, and then the third one's gonna win the thing with you.
I
So,
win? Can I win? Can I enter this?
all right, so we're gonna go ahead and pray to Creator to give us the 3 names of the people who need this the most. The first one's gonna be for the kit. You guys can see that I'm not just Here he goes. The first one here. Denise Cole. Congratulations, Denise. Oh shoot. Barely see the freaking there you go. Congratulations. You get the Sacred Ceremony kit from me. And now
we do have you in there, Micra.
Next is Mike's. Got one here. Maxine Farias. Congratulations. You're going to get a chart thing with Mike. Maxine Farias.
Shoot me an email at thepeacestealer.com, Maxine. I got you.
And finally, for Jax. Got one. Ruby Wise.
That's Ruby so funny. Wise. Ruby just commented right when you were saying it too.
Wow.
That's perfect.
Amazing.
Congrats.
So Ruby, contact me at jax@jaxatlantis.com.
Awesome, you guys. Okay, so first up, if you guys want to purchase readings or energy evals, you could go to Jax Atlantis /live stream to do so. My first person is going to be Kim Martins. So Kim, I know you're in here somewhere, so we're going to go ahead and begin your energy scan. So go ahead and do a circle of protection, and then bring in your guides and your ancestors for assistance. And then let me know when you're ready. And then after that, she has 2 channeled messages. So we'll see.
Ever ditch your social conditioning and become an educated free thinker? It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That was my meme.
Oh, which link, Jax?
Oh, the website link.
It's already up there.
Oh, well, there we go.
I just got a refresh.
Oh.
Oh, is it like on the information, like for the live or whatever?
Perfect. Yep. It's in the description.
Okay, Kim, so go ahead and let me know when you're ready, and then we can start. So it's just going to be an energy eval for you, love, and we'll see what's going on with your guides. They're going to tell me specifics as well as your ancestors. She's up in a mountain, by the way. So, so just get a little bit back from the edge. Okay, you're ready. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay, right away, I see in your energy field, it's kind of like beautiful green, kind of like vines and then flowers wrapped around it. And it's just so calm, very calming energy, very grounding as well. It seems like there's been a lot of things that your guides are saying that there's been a lot of heart center things happening lately with you, a lot of emotions that ran high, a lot of disappointments as well with certain people in your life. And, you know, this has a lot to do with you. What they're saying is like you're elevating your frequency, and therefore if they're not matching them, they're falling away. But it's a normal thing, it's a normal process, but it does take a toll because you really do desire to connect at a deeper level with other people. Okay, and so it is very uh like you're going through a lot of like inner emotions, trying to understand how and why these connections do fall away. I feel like you're really waiting for someone to just, be there for you because you're always there for everyone else. I feel like you have a lot of love to give, and your ancestors are definitely agreeing with that you're just so full of love that sometimes people just can't, they're not ready for that. They just can't match that, because they have to work on themselves. And so they're showing a lot of heart stuff going on. And then I'm feeling a lot of like sacral energy stuff going on as well, because this has to do with relationships and with wanting to be intimate, and not just a physical intimacy. It's more like an emotional deep connection. That's what you really desire in your life. And other than that, everything professionally speaking is going really, really well for you. But it's something that you've been wanting for a very long time. They're saying, everything's going really great. It's either one or two things. Like it's going really great professionally, but then there's something that isn't going as great, or you wish it was better, personally. Okay. I'm also seeing like kind of like a pillar of energy, kind of like around you. So it's like you're within it. It's like a silver color tone with a lot of blue and a lot of like aqua color. So this indicates a connection to your higher self, as well as to your personal guides. And there's a lot of feminine in that energy. Okay, I know there's Archangel Michael there, but there is also Mother Mary, and there's also like a lot of feminine, just divine feminine energy. And that's where that love comes from. I'm not sure if you have Cancer somewhere in your chart, but I know you have fire for sure in your chart. I feel it like right away. But it's also part of the job that you're choosing, to be the person that is nurturing, to be the person that is healing, to be the person that is going to be there for others. Okay, but your guides are kind of making it like known that everything that's transpiring in your personal life is because of the chosen path of the healer. Okay, and then because you're already differentiating between having to heal everyone and having to make sure that you balance that with concentrating on yourself and your needs too. So because you're finally getting on that path of knowing the difference, knowing that you're not here to sacrifice yourself for anybody else, then that's why things are going the way that they are, personally speaking. Okay, because you're elevating your consciousness. You are finally choosing you. Okay. Let's see what else. So for the feet, the bottoms of your feet are definitely rooting deep. You have a lot of great earth energy. Like there seems to be this concentration of abundance coming in from the earth. It's just so like everything's flourishing around you. There's no problems there. It seems to definitely be you're very successful, and it's in some ways it could be intimidating to a lot of people who are not, and that's one of the other things that you might run into with relationships with others, because you're in a good place in your life right now with your finances, with your job and things like that. And it's very apparent that you have that self-confidence. And so people get intimidated by that because they don't have that, they're lacking that. And so it's not your fault, of course. It's just they just need to concentrate on them. So that's what I'm seeing in your energy field. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect, cleanse and clear. Go ahead and ground your energy. But for sure, your guides are saying you're not doing anything wrong. Okay. Like you're not, it's just, you're definitely evolving quick. And so people, you gotta, you know, we match energy usually with relationships with others. And so if they're not matching your energy, then they're not gonna be in the picture anymore. Okay. I feel like you have like either a Leo energy or a Aries. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's really like that, like I'm fucking confident type of fire energy.
Leo. It's Leo.
It's Leo.
Yeah.
Shit. No wonder it's like,
Yeah.
like, look at me, fuck, you know, like not in a bad way, but it's like, yeah, like, like I'm not gonna reduce myself, you know. And it's good. It's a good thing. All right. So here we go. From the galactic guidance, you got the logic and reason from Vega. And so this is the Lyran energy, so the lion energy, right? So there's a lot of that around you. Let's see what the Vegans say. So logic and reasoning is definitely a part of your, it's really, really a part of your day-to-day life. Like they're showing kind of like you having charts, having to dictate how things are going, as well as having to make, you know, like snap seconds decisions and stuff like that really quickly. And so it's really, really you're really concentrating on that. But because your emotions are like pulling you back towards like, hey, let's look at our emotions. Let's look at the spiritual aspect of our job so we can integrate. The Vegans are kind of like, yeah, let's go ahead and combine both of them, like thoroughly combine them. And so every time you work, you bring in that spiritual aspect of yourself too. So it's not just logic and reason, it is intuition as well. It's a good combination of both the mind and the heart. And so that's something that your guides, of the Vegans in particularly, are the ones that you talk to in order for that to be a smooth transition with your day-to-day life. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Another thing they're showing is the need for you to understand that not everybody's gonna be kosher with, you know, the way that you do things. Not a lot of, you know, like medical professionals are gonna believe, you know, things like that. But you're kind of bringing that energy into wherever you go, and it's kind of like proving them wrong. It's pretty cool that you do that. Like you're like, hey, you know, like I believe in this and this and that, and then all of a sudden, bam, it happens. You know, it's pretty like instant manifestation of like the spirit realm comes in when you are like around people. It's pretty cool. Like some people are going to be scared, like, oh my God, you know, but a lot of people are like fascinated by that because you have this intensity about you, knowing that you bring it, you know, like you're so connected in the spirit sense that you're bringing those things with you, like kind of proving people wrong that are overly logical. So that's pretty cool. And so let's see, we're going to put one more card and then we're done. Whoa. Okay. So here we go. The Page of Ariel, which is the Page of Pentacles. So this is about learning. Okay. Learning more, like an opportunity for you to learn something that is going to elevate you even further into, you know, like the position of leadership role type of thing. It feels like there's a scholarship opportunity for you to possibly go back to school and then get I don't know if you have your master's degree or something. Maybe there's some type of like certification course or whatever, and it seems like there's definitely something that is coming in to give you that position that you desire, of being in charge, of not having people dictate your everyday, of actually being the one who is supervising everyone else. Okay. And so because of that, there seems to be this emphasis in going for that. Okay. For you in particular, it's something necessary for you to actually explore, because if you're a Leo, you don't want to be behind anybody else. You don't want to be, you know, like listening, like people telling you what to do and you know that they're wrong, you know, like you want to be in charge. And so that's definitely an opportunity coming up for you, Kim. And it's really, 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 I think a lot of good things are happening for you, even though it might not seem like that's for other people, you know, but just concentrate on you and you'll be perfectly fine. Okay. So that's all I have for you, Kim.
All right. So I think our first person after Kim is Maxine.
Yes.
Maxine with the 1 card pull.
Maxine with 1 card from each of us, right?
Yeah. And Maxine, you've got Queen of Cups. And so this week, basically, it's so important what you are consuming, you know, like what vibrations you're consuming, what friendships you're consuming, what energy, and of course, self-talk that you're consuming. But a lot of this comes down to the exploration of magic right now. You know, exploring what it is that you want to experiment with when it comes to the divine, when it comes to trying out new methods for, your psychic gift, or new methods for the divination, or just in general, trying these different things out and exploring this is really important, because sometimes the only thing that can take you out of a, really negative route or sort of cycle of, like all this negativity around you, is to do your own exploration. And it comes, from the gift sometimes. Sometimes it's not about escapism, it's not about leaving this reality, but it's about being able to explore another one and letting it sort of be an example for how this one should be for you. You know, what your life should feel like, what things should be like, and how your each and every day should have this magic in it. So this is like, it's definitely a time to explore. And it's definitely time to explore and to just stay hydrated in more ways than just water, you know?
Okay. I was like, Mike froze. Like looking at it, like what's happened to him? All right, so Maxine, I got the 3 of Ariel, and Jax is absolutely right. So this is the 3 of Pentacles. So it's about learning, absolutely spot on. Like do something different, do something that is gonna definitely teach you more about, certain aspects of yourself, learning new things, even going into something really artistic that expresses these aspects even more. I feel like there's going to be this time for you to work with other people in this way, so that you can integrate as well as understand the magic that is you. Like Jack said, there's a lot of things that you are going to begin to explore that are going to open you up to your own wisdom, to your own divinity, and then that's going to bring it to the surface for all to see. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Maxine.
Maxine, I got the World and the Ace of Swords. So you're coming. I'm gonna pull your real card, but this is telling me that like you're coming into glorious completion. That's gonna give you victory in a sense where like everything that you're a part of right now, you're gonna complete and totally succeed. And that sword is cutting the way into like the next level. But I just see like immense victory. You just have to make it through Cancer season. But two wanted to come out. Yep, we have the 10 of Cups, which was your main card, but this only came out because before you can get to this, you need to make hardcore sacrifices. Which I see the Ace of Swords, like they're just certain things that I don't even think will be painful to you. It's just stuff that's in your life that you don't need anymore, or certain betrayals that you're just going to. I don't see it as betrayal, but whatever this will represent, I think you might know once that's really cleared over Cancer season. Boom, this is already here for you. So that's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yay, Maxie.
And after Maxine was Ruby. Ruby with the 1 card pull.
1 card pull.
Whoever gets the first card wins.
Item.
Got it. Okay. 8 of Swords. So Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, definitely a time to remove the trap of your own mind. You know, basically with the Eight of Swords, you have this powerful energy where you're recognizing there's this fortress that you could, you could enter this fortress, you could have all the things you want out of life, but you just won't recognize that the gate's already open, that there is no gate. And it's this feeling of unworthiness that you can't get through there, or that it's an impenetrable wall, or that it's just too difficult for you in particular. It's very clear that you have the ability to break out of this cage. There is enough space to get through the bars. It just has to be undone from yourself. Because even if it was, caused by like another person originally inspired you to put up this cage or put up this wall, like now's the time for you to be the one who takes down these bars and walks out of there once and for all. Because the alternative is, just always looking at how it is that you treat other people, how it is you give advice to other people, how it is what you expect out of other people when it comes to them changing as a person and growing. And it's the exact same thing. Like, you deserve the same respect that you give other people, the same assumption of the possibility of change, the same assumption that they could do something different starting right now, and you can do something different starting right now. You're not unworthy of anything. You're worthy of, if you could build this cage, you can take it apart.
Hey you guys, I sent you guys a message.
Oh, okay. Is that on top of the card?
No, it's on the when you go on PayPal, it tells you like what they paid for.
Oh.
Yeah, because she just asked, like, is that what I paid for?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I had removed the energy scans from the website. I don't even know how to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Because she's
I mean, we can still do it.
Did anyone else get one? Or was it just
her and Jennifer Sterling?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
They came up when they pay on PayPal, and it says exactly what they paid for or whatever.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, they came up like that. And then everyone else should be a 3 card.
A 3 channel? Oh, one from each of us. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. One from each of us. Gotcha.
Or channeled or whatever. Channeled that thing, because it said 3 card on the PayPal.
Oh, like 3
that's
card.
So funny. I wonder what ended up happening on the end. Okay. So channeled, and then okay, I'll just remake.
Yeah, Ruby. Yeah, she said it's.
You guys go ahead, and I will remake the list.
Okay, awesome. I'll start with you, Ruby. Go ahead and all I want you to do is create a circle of protection around you, bringing your guides and your ancestors, and then let us know when you're ready. And then I'll start the scan, and then everyone else is gonna give you feedback on what they see in your energy field. Okay, just let us know when you're ready, Ruby.
Oh.
Did you guys know that the praying hands is actually not a praying hands? It's actually high five hands.
What?
High five?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. They've been high-fiving God this whole time.
Yeah.
High five.
Oh God.
All right, Ruby's ready. Okay, Ruby, I'm gonna go ahead and check your energy field. Okay, the first thing I see is something around your third eye, kind of like a crown around your head. And it seems to be like it's a little bit outside of your, kind of like surrounding your auric field. So they're kind of like pulling it inwards. And it's kind of like an energy that makes you feel like you have authority. Okay, you do have authority. You do have, like the right mindset. But there's a lot of people who kind of dismiss it. And so that's kind of like why it's so far off, where you're not pulling the energy in yet because of the situations that you're being confronted with around you. And then I'm seeing things in your solar plexus too, is kind of like a need for you to evaluate who you let in especially those who, especially if you feel like they're authority figures, like your parents, things like that. It feels like they've just said so much throughout your lifetime and try to minimize your true potential, as well as try to kind of like minimize you having a say in what you want to do. There's just been a lot of influence. That's what I'm seeing, a lot of influence in the way that you conduct yourself or in the way that you think. And finally, because the crown is moving inwards, that's kind of like a little bit of a show that, hey, you're finally putting your crown back on you. You know what I mean? Like, you're finally going to be an authority figure. You're finally going to be the one that calls the shots eventually. Okay. Let's see what else. I'm seeing a lot of purple energy in your field too. So that's a transmutative energy, meaning that you're transforming yourself thoroughly every day through every interaction, as well as transmuting energy from other people at the same time. So there's a lot of violet ray energy that is meant for that, you know, where we have the violet ray that transforms and transmutes to gain more freedom and to help other people free themselves from any type of oppressive energy or anybody that's trying to influence them into not being themselves. Okay, and you're definitely showing that to the world. Now that you're getting older, you're definitely like telling people like, hey man, like think for yourself. Like think for yourself. Okay, yeah, that's all I see right now. So that's all I have for you, Ruby.
That's interesting. I kind of picked up something similar to the tarot card that I got. I picked up your crown. And so with the crown, we have the connection to allowing basically joy to flow effortlessly, or if we essentially have apathy getting in the way, or we have overthinking getting in the way of clarity, of the divine connection to understanding. And so it's really funny that you had been the winner of the Neptune persona chart, because we're actually going to talk about this a little bit. But essentially, yeah, it's definitely a time to allow your crown chakra to be clear, to allow yourself to remove overthinking, to let go of old thoughts, to let go of any cyclical patterns of thought, because essentially letting these things move away will not be a form of avoidance. It'll be a way of basically engaging with the energy you genuinely want, which then starts to bring things into reality. And so that's where I feel like you're at right now. And it feels like it's going to be like a really, really, really powerful and positive sudden burst forward once it feels like that's unlocked.
Um, okay, so I I don't know if you have anything near your moon or if you have Saturn on your moon, but I'm not able to like connect to your energy. And it's like boom. So that just lets me know that you have like protective shields up that guard you from like people, specifically I guess from people trying to pull on your energy, which happens a lot to people. Their energy gets pulled on and they think that the thoughts they have are theirs, or like some interests are theirs. So like this can't happen to you. And I think a consequence of that is that this doesn't always allow you to connect as deeply with others, because that layer protects you from any like ulterior motives. So I'm not really even suggesting you release it, but I'm really just being called to bring that to your focus, because you may really be coming into ways to make it your own, as opposed to it just being like an unconscious force that's protected you since birth. It's once again, it's like a double-edged sword. You have like one of the best, I mean, if I couldn't even connect, and I know everything Ari said she saw, but like I wanted to like feel your energy with mine. And I just kind of felt like not an unhealthy block, but like your spirit guides are like, no, you're not touching Ruby, thank you. So that's what's up. If you find that um if you find that there's some slight sense of disconnection, it's that, and it's not a bad thing. Just come into more awareness of it, because this can inadvertently block you. Um, if you're unconscious to how you're protecting yourself. But it's not a bad thing at all. It's just something I picked up. And I am complete. I know next we have Zach for a channel.
We do. And Zach is channeled message, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, is there any question, or we just go straight to the channel?
Oh, straight to the channel, yeah.
Oh, perfect. All right, cool. So
Where is he? There he is. You're welcome, Ruby.
perfect. Okay, so nice. 5:55 over here. Zach, I'm picking up that I see like a sword that's sticking out of your head. So the way I interpret that is like you may play fact checker, but not like in a Virgo way where there we go, I got it. Not like in a Virgo way where you have to let people know they're wrong and be like, this is not a right fact. Fix yourself. Like this isn't a right fact. You're looking stupid out here. But this is more so like in a way where you help people think clear. So it's like you're helping change the way people think about what they think. So like if there's anything that's not necessarily, I don't know, right, you're not correcting people as much as you're redirecting the nature of their thoughts so that they can think more aligned. And this is also just going to have you receiving, it's like that sword is an antenna and it's filtering away, it's double-edged, so it's filtering away the bullshit and it's just receiving the pure truth. Now, this is the pure truth, not the filtered truth. So like there's the truth that is presented to the public, and then there's like the raw truth that, you know, might be too raw to share, and that's the truth you're getting, not the filtered truth, like the raw truth. So just know that what you pick up won't be exactly the same as what people are presenting because they don't have it as raw as you. And that's just to say, in case you feel like, can I trust this information because it doesn't really connect. It's not that it doesn't align with what other people are saying. It's just you have more unfiltered raw truth that's not sugar coated, and that's what I got for you.
You want to go next, Jax?
Sure. What I got is the snake totem. Snake totem is all about discernment. And so with snake, it's all about not just the healing that comes from the regeneration of the snake and the shedding of the skin, but also the ability to know kind of like in the jungle, like what to look out for, what to be aware of. And so it feels like right now you're going to have to trust yourself completely. You're going to have to trust yourself because it's the only way to avoid getting stepped on. You're going to have to trust yourself to know like kind of like what situations to go after and which ones not to. And you'll have to make sure that you're covered from, you know, the way that snakes have to cover from birds. They have to always, you know, kind of be in between certain branches so that they can't get picked off. Like it feels like there's a lot of that energy happening for you right now, but honestly, it's kind of a good thing. It's sort of like a form of awakening, like a spiritual passion and sort of like this excitement of being able to move through on the offense right now in life and to not be so worried about, you know, waiting around. Like, yeah, things might be scary, but at least they're moving and it's exciting. That's what I feel for you.
Okay, Zach. They're showing me kind of like a treasure chest right underneath a tree. They're showing kind of like you having the ability to find like the meaning of everything. Like you look at everything in a way that you find meaning into it. Like the treasure is your knowledge. The treasure is the way that you see the world for what it is, and also you can dig into something and find, you know, the treasure within that. Okay. They're showing this tree, meaning that you are definitely rooted in the earth, and then you're growing upwards and connecting to, you know, to the heavens. So it's kind of like as above, so below. This is exactly what your motive, like your motto is like as above, so below. We're trying to change, transform the world to kind of mirror, like not in a bad way, but kind of like mirror what the heavens, you know, are dictating down here. And you really, really believe that it can happen. And therefore you do tend to awaken, you know, some anxiety in people because they're not really living in their authentic self. And also you start to awaken kind of like cognitive dissonance in some with the words that you say, where they're not really thoroughly investigating their own mindsets or their own belief system. And so it does create a little bit of a ripple effect, but also a little bit of conflict or conflicting ideologies. They're kind of showing that. But that's why you're here. You know, you're here to transform things. You're here to ensure that people are continuously processing things, as well as continuously evolving. Okay, even if it's a painful process, even if it means to just completely transform the way that they think over a situation that, you know, has, you know, might have, like, you know, they probably don't want anything to do with, but it's kind of like you're bringing that to the forefront. It's like everything is connected. Therefore we have to definitely have opinion, as well as process those opinions of something that comes to the forefront, especially globally speaking, or with humanity itself, that it needs to transform for the better, so that people could understand why they choose the things that they're choosing, why they're choosing to back certain people, why they're choosing to believe certain things and things like that. So you're really digging deep. You're really helping people see that, even if some people don't appreciate it. Like it's just, it feels so like it feels like that chaotic energy, like you just know how to maneuver through it somehow. It's pretty cool.
Next we have Denise.
Yes, it is. Liz, it's Obi. He's right here. He's right here. Obi. Come here, buddy. Come sit. Come sit. Good boy.
All right, perfect. So let's see.
Who's after Zach? It's Denise Cole.
Nice. Let's see.
He's like feeling that friction towards my name. There's Denise Cole. She's here.
Perfect. All right, let's see. So, Denise, I'm picking up with you that you may be, the feel I get for you is having to present people with uncomfortable truths. Like you might have to be the one to tell your friend that their music isn't that good, but because they heard it from you, they're going to be so much better of a musician because they'll take that criticism to heart, as opposed to the people who are like, oh my God, this is amazing, but they don't even like it. But like, I don't even get it just like that, like even deeper. Like, and it's interesting because I don't really get the impression that you're just like walking up to people and like, let me tell them something uncomfortable. I feel like in your heart, you don't even feel it's uncomfortable. You feel it's the truth. But like, because these people have so much cognitive dissonance, it's just going to feel, some of them may even feel like you're attacking them. And I think some of it might take you by surprise because you'll assume that everyone's on the same page, only to realize, oh wow, oh wow. And it'll start to make sense why you have to say it, because like if anyone else said it, they might be like harsh with it, but you have like just enough compassion to kind of like know how to say it to people. So that's really what I pick up with you. Like, it's not going to be with everyone. For other people, you know, it'll definitely, you'll be saying what resonates, but more often than not, you might find yourself having to like break the news to people. That's what it'll feel like. And like they just kind of, I get told I mean when I give blunt answers. There we go. Kind of like that too. Like, because you're not really gonna hold anything back. So you know, it could kind of come off the wrong way, but you're only telling the truth. So it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, and it feels like you'll be telling it to yourself a lot too, because like as like in the near future, when you have some of these opportunities to say this, it's almost like there's going to be an internal question that you're processing beforehand, or something that you're, you know, sort of vexed over. And it's like as soon as you give an answer to someone, it doesn't apply in obviously the exact same way in your life, but you're going to recognize that in a different way you can interpret that exact same energy. And it's almost like it's going to help with removing all projections, removing all you know, superimpositions we have on other people, where we just assume that they're coming from a particular energy or a particular place or with a particular intention, when in reality they're really coming from, you know, a lot of the time the exact same place that we are, you know, for the same reasons even in most cases, and the way that they handle that's different. And so it feels like you'll be giving yourself a lot of truth serum as you know, give blunt answers to people.
Let's see. So they're showing me kind of like a and I think you've known this for a very long time. So they're showing kind of like an interactive portal thing. Like it's kind of like, you know, exactly where you're coming from when it comes to energy, like where you're pulling the energy from. And it's a portal that has like a lot of like different colors and shapes, like geometric shapes. But you're also understanding that in this lifetime, not all of them, but in this particular lifetime, you have chosen to be more bold about your beliefs. You're chosen to have a more of a interactive type of role with humanity, in that sense that you really interact with people daily, especially people who have opposing beliefs than you, and even work ethic and things like that. But it's because in past roles you've taken kind of like the side road or the hermit road, where you're like, I don't want anything to do with anybody. Like I just want to study my magic and you know, evolve. And so in this time you're being forced to interact, you know, because you have a lot of wisdom with you. You have to interact with people, you have to teach, you know, you have to teach, you really do have to teach. And so that's kind of like, your guides are like, she really does, like she doesn't like it, but you know what? Like she had it easier when she was a hermit, but now she has to learn like that she has to interact with people, that she's here to mentor, that she's here to lead, and she's especially lead by example. And it's really hard to do, especially in the environment that you're in, because sometimes you're just like, you really think you've gone through to people, but then all of a sudden they do something really like opposite and totally forget your guidance, and you're just like, okay. So now it's like your guides are like, it's all right though, it's okay, you know, they're on their path, they're on their path. Like, so you just gotta keep thinking that, like, okay, I guess they're on their own path, you know. So they're definitely showing like the wisdom that you're bringing in. They're definitely showing the necessity of your energy where you're at, and as well as the necessity of your energy and your lessons for these souls, because these souls definitely need that. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Denise.
Oh, we're on the next one now.
Yes.
Cool.
Sandra Yancey. I think that's Kim's mom. Kim Yancey's mom.
Cool.
Oh, is it for Kim or her mom?
It's her mom, Sandra Yancey. She paid for it.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
how's it going, Sandra?
All
She's
right.
here in the chat right now.
Oh yeah, the Jade Stone. She paid in the chat. She paid 20 ahead. Let me look for it. Yeah, she has a 20.
For a 1-card pull?
And then she has a 10, so that's a 30. So is that a 1 card, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So 1 card for Jade.
And Sandra wants a general.
Okay, a general. Awesome. It's 1 card pull. Duh, get your deck.
Oh, no. It's for channeled, but it's just a general
Oh,
channel.
it's channeled? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 1 card pull. Sorry.
Channeled,
It happens.
gotcha.
It's all my fault, really.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. My bad.
Well, okay, Sandra is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm picking up for her that I see fire coming from her mouth with like almost everything she says. So maybe this has been like pretty confusing for her because she'll just say stuff and like people react to it a lot more powerfully. Might be because her righteous fire is like burning any like impurities in people. And this is very interesting. And I think it has a lot to do with why Kim is in Aries too. But like you're like it's almost like a dragon. Like with everything she says, her spirit expresses it. And I literally see fire. So like if someone is pure, then that fire is just like amping them up, and it's just like nice, like your words literally give life to people. But if they're like not in integrity, you're gonna burn at those falsities, and people will just get really uncomfortable when you're talking to them. And then there's a part in you that knows this is happening, and so it's very cruel, and it'll just like burn that falsity because it's not cruel as in it wants to see him suffer. It's cruel in that you don't tolerate falsity. Like you don't tolerate any of that darkness. Like it's a militant energy. Like if you could, you destroy all of it if you could. But you're the type of person to go really hard. Like if you see something bad in someone, you're not going to like let it up until they never bring it in front of you again. And it's so beautiful. That's kind of what I see.
That's so funny because I didn't see
That
any
is
fire or anything like that, but I definitely picked up like a volcanic energy. It was almost like a cave, but it was like super hot inside. And so the feeling was almost like, I want to see what's going on in your chart with your Pluto, what's going on with your Pluto and your Mars, because like there's some sort of weird connection that's happening here with you have the ability to speak words that are incredibly triggering to other people, not really with trying or anything. And in fact, sometimes they're even like they're meant to be benefic and sweet and nice, but they almost end up like going directly to the heart of the matter in a way that like people, I don't know, it just feels like some people take offense to it. And it's important for you to know that that's actually like an efficiency with how you speak. That's actually it's like a positive thing. It's like a gift that you have. It's not a weakness. It's not something you have to work on. And so accepting that's important.
I keep laughing because I could easily hear her say something smart ass like to people, and they're like, and because
it's
they
what
don't
they
know,
need. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Because they know her or they don't know her, they're gonna take offense to it, And so
they need to get
it feels
over
like
it.
this is like her. She goes up to someone and she tells them straight out, like, "Hey man, you're fucking up. Like you're totally wrong." Like
that's how you're loving to people.
What? It's just like I'm like seeing this energy, and I also see this kind of like red energy too around her, like a very, very, like you said, kind of like lava in such a way where, yes, even though it's fire, it's still liquid form. And then all of a sudden it gets, it does turn into solid eventually. But it feels like, her words are really, really, really important. Like they go in deep into the subconscious. Like that's how powerful her words are. When she speaks it consciously, people listen and it goes into their subconscious straight away. No ifs and or buffs or I forgot. Like I forgot her words. No, they know right away. Like as soon as like that's why her children in so many ways are very careful with what they do or what they say, because they know if they do something that she doesn't approve of, they're gonna hear it. So it's just kind of like they know exactly that. Be ready, because mom's gonna say something about that. Be ready. Like she's not gonna let it just go, or she's not gonna. You didn't put anything over her. That's how like the energy is. It's like she knows everything that's happening. She knows. Like she's like an extra spy, like knows exactly what next, what did you say to your ex, what like like things like that. And so it's really fun. I like her energy. It's really funny, but it's still very intense, and it's still very powerful. That's why people get uncomfortable around it, because they just they're pretty much told like, hey, correct your shit, like correct yourself. And so it's like no one does that. No one can have the ability, or maybe they're just not used to people like her. But it's something that she is here to do, is to correct when she sees it, call it out when she sees it. So it's pretty cool. I like that energy. It's like a dragon energy, like rah, like Kimberly, I'm an angel. Yeah, right. Your mom knows about you. You can't hide anything from her. It's worse when she's quiet.
The Jade Stone said, I didn't see the link before and saw it's 30, not 20. So I'm adding another 10.
Oh, yeah, we got that down.
Yeah.
You got the 10? Oh, hold on. For sure.
She's been working with her dragon too. No wonder I saw dragon. I was like, it's like dragon energy. So yeah, totally.
Hey guys, please do not pay through Super Chat. I have the link in the description box. Okay, Nikki Quest just paid 30 here on Super Chat, so I guess if you got her to the list, I can get you guys that.
Oh yeah, I got her on the list.
Oh, she paid already?
Yeah, she paid 30 on the Super Chat.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, you seen it.
So I put her on the list.
Cool.
Okay.
So are we on the next one now?
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome.
Who's next? Micra?
Welcome.
Yeah, Micra.
Nice. Microvinity, which please do not feel like I'm pulling this out my ass, but your message is literally just like your name, Microvinity, divinity, and you're literally like a God broadband connector right now, and it's affecting me as well. Like just the fact that you're here is amplifying my channeling ability and my ability to just connect. It's super subtle, so like people won't even know that you are the reason why their psychic channel just, but it's so subtle. It's not like, unless they're like a water sign, it's not like they'll feel it, or if they're a Sag, they'll probably see it. But like, I don't think we lost the link when we started. No, the description box. If you refresh the page, you will see the link, guys. But yeah, this is very, very interesting, because it's like Microvinity. I think this is your superpower. You're like the ultimate support character. So like anybody who you're next to, like their base attributes just amplify. But
Yeah,
it's
she's
not
like a
like,
super Virgo.
okay, no wonder. It's like, I don't know where Jupiter is in your chart, but like people just enhance their abilities and you just have to be next to them. So we know that it's a mutable thing and we know you're Virgo, which is dope. But I would like to know where Jupiter is in your chart because like people are just more psychic around you, people are more confident around you. And this will work even more if anyone is like super nervous or intimidated. That's because you're frustrating their inhibitions and forcing them at a subtle level to actually be more confident. So that's amazing. Like that's super amazing. Like you just have to be there. You don't have to do anything. You literally just have to be there. So that's awesome. That's super. And yeah, please, if you know where your Jupiter is, let me know because I would like to know. And I'm complete.
All right, and Micra. So yeah, so the it feels like you're obviously in a place of expansion right now and a place of evolution. So things are changing, and so part of you is like, to what degree do I hold on to what I used to do? What, to what degree do I hold on to the way that I thought this was going to go, the way that I thought that I was going to use my abilities to help others? And it feels like the most important thing is to understand you don't actually have to have that part figured out right now. That's not something you have to answer all in one day. It's not something you have to have even understood in a week or two from now. This is something that you can take a lot of time with to discover your voice in this particular way. The way that you want to do things, the way you want to practice your services. And so it's, yeah, like just like Michael was saying, you are like an ultimate support character. You're constantly on the lookout for ways that people around you are going through something in a way that you can sort of uplift them and bring them up. And so it feels like, of course it's important to do that for yourself, but also to find some people that can match that, people that can actually give that support back to you. Like really rally around those people right now and allow them to rally around you. And not just, for you to give support, but also for you to receive some. It feels really, really strong, especially for these next 2 months for you.
All right, let's see. So I want to hit up on some information that I am receiving real quick. Focus energy. Okay, so remember how Mike described you as someone who could focus energy, pretty much kind of like a antenna, where if you put an antenna over a TV, it focuses the picture and it receives, the clarity of the picture, things like that. So this is how you really are as an energy. You are like an antenna. When you pull in energy from the heavens, it focuses on whatever you pull that your mind into, or what you are focusing into. So that being said, your guides are saying stop focusing on the negative and focus on the positive. Okay, make sure that you don't worry so much about the things that you cannot change and the future. It's more about concentrating on what you really can do today, as well as concentrating on the positive aspects that you want to bring in for the future. Everything is secured at this time. Everything is going your way. Nothing can change us unless you refocus your energy into something that is like the worst case scenario. So this is something that a lot of Virgos tend to do, is that they focus on the worst case scenario to prepare for it. But right now your guides are like, let's not do that. Let's not focus on the worst case scenario, because you can easily manifest that right now since you're pulling a lot of energy. So let's go ahead and concentrate on the best case scenario. Let's go ahead and refocus on the mindset that brings you positivity, peace of mind, as well as understanding that you have the power to direct your life. You are the director of your life. Like they're showing you with a wand and being on a stage and telling people exactly where to go, how to play the tones and the music notes, things like that. You are the director of your life. So that's what your guys are trying to show you, is like, you're so powerful right now that you are directing everything that happens in your life. So do not concentrate on what you don't want. Okay, concentrate on what you need, and concentrate and know that you are protected, that everything is gonna go your way. Okay, so they're kind of focusing on that. It's like, because you're so powerful right now, like, again, like an antenna. You're getting all that feedback, you're getting all this information, and then from there, what are you going to do with it, right? So it's about refocusing, making sure that you manifest what you truly want. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Liz.
So next we are on Jennifer. She has the energy scan, right?
Jennifer Sterling, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I do gotta do that. Would it maybe like to start, or should I do it?
Oh, I'll start it. Is she here?
I believe so.
Let me see. Hold on. She send me a message? I think Jax told me earlier.
Sure, go ahead. Let's see.
There she is. Okay. There you are. Okay, cool. All right, Jennifer. So what I want you to do is go ahead and do a circle of protection around you, bring in your guides, and bring in your ancestors, and then let us know when you're ready so I could start. And then from there, Mike and Jax will definitely, give you more insight on the energy that they see around you. There's Jennifer. Daniela is Jennifer Sterling.
Nice. It's a great middle name.
I think so. Hold on. Lizzie Darko. I think I saw something. Hold on. Yes, Lizette Guardado. I'm guessing that's that's Lizzie Darko.
I'll add it to the list.
It's for a
one card pull.
Yes, one card pull. Okay, so I'm guessing we have a delay or something, but I'm gonna just go ahead and start, Jennifer. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Okay, so I see a lot of different colors. I see kind of like a bluish, like a powder blue color, as well as like white around your auric field. It's like pastel colors. I also see kind of like something rotating as well around your aura. Keeper. They keep saying keeper. All right, so I'm gonna move forward into your energy space. I'm seeing yellow tones now. And so like kind of sunnish, sunlight energy. Feeling it in my solar plexus. So it's kind of like a fire, very intense, very transformative energy, as well as very controlled. There seems to be a pulling, or kind of like you're moving that fire around you, energetically speaking. And because the little thing that's rotating, it's like keeper, 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 keeper. It keeps saying that. I'm guessing your guides. Let me ask one of your guides. What does that even mean? Keeper of the flame. Okay, so keeper of the flame, that's what they're referring you as. So it's kind of like reigniting or igniting passions within others, kind of like making sure that you as a person, you really do encourage a lot of people to find their bliss, or to go for, you know, what makes them happy, whatever it is that they want to do in life. You really do tend to mentor a lot of people in that sense, where you know in your heart that we only limit ourselves, you know, and so nothing else can limit us but ourselves. And so that being said, you're one of those people who tend to you know, talk people into going for their goals, you know, like asking questions about that. And it really does help them really think about what they're, you know, what they're trying to create, as well as really think about anything that is, you know, in their minds that is probably holding them back, or putting in limiting belief systems, or anything like that. So you tend to really bring that out in people. And a lot of that has to do, because of this label that your guides are giving me, is that you're here to pretty much light fires under people's butts. That's what they're showing me. It's like if you know there's somebody who's really talented and they're not doing, you know, or you believe that they're lacking in something because they're lacking in self-esteem or some things like that, you go and you talk to them about their passions, and you reignite that, and so that their self-esteem, you know, goes higher, so then they finally take action. And that's really important, because people like you are necessary for humanity, especially if there's going to be transformation and change that needs to happen. We need people like you, who are definitely going to be like calling us out and telling us, hey man, you've been, you know, out of it. Like, let's go ahead and refocus, you know, things like that. So that's what I have for you, Jennifer.
For me, it feels like there's like a new form of divine expression that's coming forward for you. It feels like almost being a mouthpiece to the collective right now, and being able to express what it is people are going through in a way that people didn't even know that they needed to hear. It feels like this like expression is like already starting to well up and create pressure, and you know, it's almost like a pipe that's going to burst. And so it's definitely like, it's the time to release that. It's time to speak that. I would also say like maybe clairvoyant exercises or lucid dreaming practice, or essentially something that opens up the relationship between your subconscious and conscious mind, because you're not lacking anything in your psychic abilities right now. It feels like they're essentially just like trying to get to the surface in a new particular way. And it's like, so it's like a new reawakening. And I would say like, let that flow, like intentionally open that up and take part in that, so you can have control over it. You think that the release of it will take you out of control, but the reality is it will put you into control, rather than having it all sort of just, you know, be expressed at once and in a way that you don't choose. So it feels like it's definitely time to do that.
So there's a bit of a dichotomy I sense with you, and it's kind of aligned with the lighting the fire under, you know, and revving people. But I get this like light, dark facet of you. It's almost identical to the Gemini vibration. So I don't know what you have in Gemini in your zodiac chart, but it's very light and dark, to where the light part of you, and I mean, I don't want to stereotypically separate like light and dark, but that's like the best way I see it. And it's like, let's see. So it's like the light and the dark part of you, both have the same vision. Like they represent, let's say, for example, your passion, fervency for justice. And this period of your life, for the first time, you're coming into true integration of these polarities. Because let's say you burn for justice, well, the light side of you expresses and wants justice just like the dark counterpart of you, but they literally do it in opposite ways and they clash with each other. The dark part of you is a by any means necessary to get that justice. The light part of you wants to kind of go in integrity, and they can clash with each other even though they both want the same thing. So it's those parts of your being that you're coming in to complement instead of just kind of like clash. And that's what I got for you. I'm complete. And next we have Brianna. So, yep, new list. So for Brianna, um, let's see.
Channeled, it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm channeling for you, Brianna. First of all, maybe picking up another language, or if you already know, definitely the Spanish language, and finding ways to share, your wisdom in other languages. Like if you exclusively even just translated what you did for Spanish speaking people, which you might not even speak Spanish. You might not even, it doesn't even have to be Spanish. It doesn't even have to be another language. But I'm just getting the whole point that like you're getting ready to service a more underrepresented facet of people. Okay, you're Dominican. Perfect. So yeah, I get the sense that you're going to be representing people who don't necessarily have that much of a voice. It doesn't even have to be a heritage or a nationality, although it can, but it's definitely going to allow you to be the bridge into bringing messages to them and further helping them be more understood. And that could be just by being you, and that could be by just you embracing your culture and sharing that, and it does that too. So I hope that makes sense to you.
For
And for
Brianna.
me, oh, what's up?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for me, I got like the aquatic energy this time. So it feels like now's definitely a time to make peace with the water, make peace with both the stillness as well as like the torrents and the storms. It's almost like make peace with everything internally, because if you can make peace with the water within yourself, you'll be able to almost like cast this cloud over other situations and over other people that are going through a lot right now, and almost like help them find stillness too. It feels like you making peace with the water energy would be something that's actually pretty natural for you, and like you almost like naturally know how to do it without necessarily trying. It literally just requires, being in water or going to a place where there's like a large body of water and almost like grounding into it and becoming a part of it. It feels like that it not only will affect your psychic gift, but it will also affect your general well-being. And it will be almost like years of therapy will be almost like the feeling of it that you get from just this one brief moment of truly grounding into that and becoming a part of that. It just feels like it's like your aura connects with it as well, and it's like it's really powerful. It just changes you.
Okay, so I forgot to tell you, Jex. Make sure you put Anne on the list because she should be after right now.
Oh, I've got her.
Okay, good. All right.
Oh, I just didn't have her on the list actually. Thank you.
She's like way up in the other one, I think, like between. So I am do like what Jack said. I am definitely connecting with water too. I was gonna say that's like, do you live near the beach, or do you? I know the Dominican Republic, has a lot of beautiful like, you know, beach sites and things like that. I feel like there is a need for you to go there. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but there's a need for you to do work there. I'm also seeing like, I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to look at the mines out there, that it's like, I think it's between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. There's a mine of what is it called? That gemstone. Shoot, why am I losing the name? It's like this light blue gemstone. Hold on. I'll show you. I have it somewhere. Somewhere in there. To work with that gemstone in particular. So let me look at it. Larimar is a gemstone you need to work with. There seems to be a connection between you and Larimar, that gemstone in particular. There seems to be an ancestral one. There seems to be work with the ancestors through that gemstone, through clearing the line, clearing the negativity that gemstone has taken into itself because of the mining practices that are happening right now. They're showing that a lot of the people in the Dominican as well as in Haiti are having difficulties with making money through that mine because it has been taken over, and the money's not being given to the people. And that's fucked up. Like, this is something of like a humanitarian mission for you, energetically speaking. And so your ancestors are like, you need to help us, energetically speaking, with this, with bringing us back, bringing the power back to the people, through the Larimar, through that gemstone. You can definitely, and that is a very oceanic, powerful, very powerful gemstone, very watery energy. And so yes, controlling that beautiful intensity of the ocean through the gemstone is definitely going to be something that you can work towards achieving in this lifetime, and helping with that energy out there. So yes, it's really intense, really intense. And I think you and other people in your family, as well as like your whole lineage itself, there's lineage of a lot of psychic ability as well as healer lineage. And so they're showing kind of like you working on that, working with that, with the earth there, and projecting the energy to heal and to get back to harmony like it used to be, get back to balance. Okay, so that's what I have for you.
Jax did be on already, right? Are you in after me?
Yeah, he did right after. Yeah.
All right. So next we have
Anne. Should be Anne next. Yeah.
And she has one card. Cool.
You have your thing muted. There we go.
No, I was silenced. I will not
Silence?
I will not be silent. No longer. The card I got for you, Anne. Oh, nice. Okay, the card I have for you, Anne, is the Justice card. And I see you. Is this Anne W?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
bulky, no big deal.
And Walkie, we got you, the Libra. I was literally just gonna say this is you because this is a Libra card, but I didn't know it was you. And I know you're Libra, so this is an amazing confirmation. So like, you are the force of justice here. You're just gonna be looking at people and you're just gonna be like, shame on you. How can you lie to my face? Do you know I am this force of law? But like, other than that, you're just going to be divvying. I almost see this as a passive effect and a direct effect. Like, things are just going to balance around you. And some of this balance could look catastrophic on the surface. It'll look catastrophic, but it's actually balanced. Like if you walk into a room and someone like drinks fizz out their face, it's weird, but it's like balance. Or like something can just like work out well. But I really just see you like, it's so amazing, Anne. I see you being the justice people were wanting. Like you'll walk into a room and people are arguing, and then you're like, nope, you're right, that person's wrong, and the person's like, yes, thank you, I can't believe they couldn't see. So that's amazing. It's like I see King Solomon too, like how they came to him and one person was lying about the baby and you used your wisdom to like give justice. So that's going to be really awesome. And yeah, it's like as you give justice for others, it balances your life. So that's even more awesome.
And you've got the Page of Wands. And so this is definitely all about stepping outside of your comfort zone. So I think that some of those situations are going to be in the form of confrontations, but it's almost like they're ones that you're creating intentionally and not creating it as a confrontation to be rude or mean or anything like that, but creating confrontation because you know it has to happen. And with the Page of Wands, it doesn't always know how it's going to succeed at something. It just knows that something has to happen. And it like feels like, am I worthy of this role I'm taking on? Am I able to like, you know, sort of step into this? And the reality is like, yes, absolutely. It's because you're stepping in a mystery that you're on the right track. You know, it's not about not having enough information. It's about knowing that you have enough of your wisdom. You have enough of your understanding of the way things are, the way people are, the way that you really are. And so Page of Wands is saying like, go for it, like here and now, full on fire energy.
She got a fire card with me too. She got the Ace of Wands though.
Oh, there we
go. Why do I feel like so this is supposed to be Gabriel, right? The Archangel Gabriel, and swinging a trumpet over her head, but I feel like she's about to fuck somebody up.
Oh my God, right.
Like she's like so I feel like, Anne, you're at that point in your life where you're just not, yes, you have wisdom, but yes, you know the difference between you know, right and wrong, and so you're able to teach that to other people, and you're able to inspire them to choose the right path. Sometimes it does tax you because you can see the path before them. All right. And you do bring messages of like, hey, you know, here's some, you know, advice. And so they're like, yeah. They're like totally into the advice. And then all of a sudden they do the opposite. And you're just like, like, what's going on? And so it feels like there's definitely this new beginning happening. You're going to start to see the differences between interactions between you and other people. You're going to finally see like the changes that you've been seeing before them, you know, and they're finally taking accountability and they're finally going for you know, those changes that you've recommended or that you've advised them on, things like that. And so it feels like something new is happening, some new energy is coming in for you, and you're finally reaping, you know, the rewards of the compassion as well as the divine wisdom that you've been so thoroughly giving many people in your life. So that's what I have for you.
So next we have a channeled message for Brooke.
Yeah, about business.
Brooke, this channeled message is clear as day. You're already divine. You just need to be a diva. Take the other words out of divine and add an A, and you just need to be a super diva. I think that's the only thing you're missing, because I think you're still a bit too humble. But you need to let these people know when you're in the room that you're in the room. Just hair flip a little bit. And like, I feel like you can be an obnoxious diva because it'll balance out. Like in your head, you might think you're being obnoxious, but then other people won't feel like you're being too arrogant or anything. But that's really the message I have for you, bro. Bring out your inner diva. You know what I mean? You almost want to be a bit bougie if you can. And like it's going to bring out the extra confidence that I feel you don't bring out because you don't want to overshadow people. And so that causes you to kind of like not shrink back, but yeah, people need to see your inner diva so that they could be like, whoa, you're awesome.
And that's so funny that you specifically said the whole hair flip thing, because I had picked up the horse totem as like your spirit totem right now. And so of course horses do that like hair flip thing all the time. But with the horse totem, it was mainly about charging forward and not stopping. It feels like there are several people in life who are going to try and offer you an apple right now and just be like, hey, horse, like come over here really quick. Like, here's an apple. And like, don't take them. Like, don't slow down, because there are some people who are going to appear well-intentioned, but it's almost like part of them is like you feeling a little bit envious of you, and part of them is like trying to slow you down. And so no matter what, like, don't stop charging forward, because it feels like you are, I mean, it feels like literally the next 4 months is just going to be reaching destination after destination after destination, and it's going to feel eerily aligned. And it's going to almost be like you're the one who eventually will start to almost offer an apple to yourself and say, like, you know, should I slow down? Like, things are just moving forward. Is there something I need to be aware of? And the reality is, like, if you're following you, then, you know, you're following the right guidance. Just don't let anyone, you know, extend out an apple right now, you know?
Okay, Brooke. All right, so I'm not sure the dynamic of the environment that you're in, but I see a lot of people around you. And like Jack said, and even Mike said, it's like they're just they're focusing on you, and they're trying to get your attention, and they're trying to have you maneuver towards their side. They're trying to have you, you know, be aligned with them, or take, you know, you have to pick a side. You have to pick a side, and then they're also trying to manipulate situations around you, because they know how they're intimidated by you. When they see you, they're like, oh, wow, she's really pretty. And then they get to know you. Wow, she's really down to earth. And then they start to get kind of a little bit like, oh my God, why is she talking to me? Or why is she even, friends with me, or things like that. So there seems to be like this sense of like a little bit of like, for them in particular, a self-esteem issue. And so that's why Mike was encouraging you to be more forthright and to show your true light, not holding it back because they have a problem. It's not your job to make them feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? It's like, it's your job to make sure that you feel good. And it's your job to make sure that you are at peace. It's your job to make sure that your life goes the way that it's supposed to go for you. Okay. And so because they have these issues, it doesn't mean that, and again, you didn't do anything to them, like speaking or anything like that to them to make them feel that way. It's just they've had them for a while. And so it's really important for you not to concentrate or feel bad for them or anything like that. It's important for you to just see, hey, you know what? I'm sorry that you're going through this, but it's not my fault that you feel that way. Like maybe it's time for you to re-evaluate why you feel that way, And so I think that's what it is like your beauty is both external and internal, and it does tend to trigger these feelings of unworthiness within people, and that's not your problem. Okay, so that's why Mike is like encouraging to be like, shine your light, show people who you are, and without regretting it or without feeling ashamed of it. Okay.
And next we have Jade with the 1-card pull. Let's see what's going up for Jade. Whoever pulls the card first wins.
Jade, I got the 2 of Wands. This is talking about really planning the Lord of Dominion. It's the card of wealth and fortune. You got the world in your hands. So this is about what vision you want to manifest into the world. And it's a very great time to just spend desiring. What is it you desire? Why do you desire it? And who is on the same page as you? It's a really dope card. Mars and Aries, actually. So when Mars goes into Aries too, you'll see a lot of this move forward.
Yeah, and as far as the project you're working on, Jade, I've got 9 of Wands. So definitely it's all about the people that you're working with, making sure your alliances are positive and clear, making sure all communication in them is something that leads you forward, and making sure as well that if there's anyone who is not communicating well with you, that it's almost like you essentially take on the responsibility of making sure that it gets better, or essentially telling this person that that's too risky right now, that you really have to have perfect communication, you have to have everything that's on the table. Because with the Nine of Wands, you sort of decide, like, who am I fighting for, who am I aligned with, who am I joining, what banner am I carrying? And so Knight of Wands is saying that your project itself looks like it's moving forward, and it's going to do so in a really positive way, but just be extremely thoughtful about who you're working with.
Yeah. So what I pulled for you was the Seven of Raphael, and oh gosh, the freaking light. Sorry. So it's all about making a choice, clearing the way, to really focusing on what you really desire to create. If people are hindering that, or if they're influencing you to do as they want, then it's time for you to reassess your relationships with them. Like Mike and Jack said, there's definitely like there seems to be a kind of like reevaluation going on right now regarding the path, okay, regarding actually speaking up and making things clear for people, and so that they know where they stand, and you know where you stand with them. And then because of this, there's a need for detoxification of these relationships. If you have an idea of where you're headed, and you just need some assistance with people actually having your back and telling you, hey, that's a great idea, then that's good. Keep them with you, but understand there's other people in your circle who are probably going to be naysayers, or probably going to tell you like, oh, what you're doing is not going to work, or maybe you should do it this way, like I told you before. Like, it's those people that you need to reevaluate, where their priorities stand, and truly, because it feels like you're getting held back by that. It feels like there seems to be a lot of people who try to tell you, like, oh, maybe you should rethink that, or just they're haters. They're just haters. Like, so the Seven of Raphael is about like really, really looking at the dynamic of these relationships and knowing who really is going to be there to cheer you on and who's not. Okay, so that's what I have.
Awesome. And next we actually have Nikki with the 1-card pull, and whoever pulls this card first wins. And so I went ahead and pulled it already. So when it comes to the 4 of Cups, God, I'm going to take my time with this. When it comes to the 4 of Cups, you've got a lot of opportunities that are in front of you right now. And you have to decide, which opportunity is the right opportunity, or should you even take on a new opportunity? Should you spend more time being grateful for the opportunities you have and the things that are already manifested in your life? Or should you, check to see if the grass really is greener? I think that you're in a place right now where the only thing that can decide that is your intuition, and you have to listen to it. You have to listen to your intuition, because it feels like on paper, all of your options are going to look the same, but deep down there's this yearning in your heart for something different. And I think you know exactly which one is going to bring that to you. So yeah, it feels like it's time. It feels like you're essentially just about to be called to make the final decision on it.
Holy shit. Okay, this one just jumped out at me, so I'm going next.
Okay. Got him.
You got the 3 of Cups, okay, the 3 of Raphael, and these like cheery little mermaids. They're like, hell yeah, let's go party. Let's go, girl. So it's definitely a time for celebration. You have been working so hard at the things that you want to accomplish, your goals, and manifest everything into reality. There seems to be on something that's going to come to you that you're going to be able to announce to the world. It feels like it has to do with either you getting into a relationship, and it's not necessarily romantic, it could be just a partnership where this is gonna help elevate you to a higher level. There's a potential for great change in the near future, and that's what, like, this whole enthusiastic energy is coming in because of it, because you just know, holy shit, things are really going my way, like things are really gonna transform, and everything that I ever wanted is really gonna come in. Okay, so that's like the energy that I'm picking up for you.
All right.
Next we actually have Lizzie Darko, and I went ahead and
Hey, wait a minute. Did Mike go?
I was just kidding, guys.
Nikki.
I was just joking. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a practical joke I like to do. Yeah.
All right.
I just really want to win, I guess. Like,
yes.
I don't know what's gotten into me. It's all
that Aries competition.
Oh my God. I got the Queen of Cups, which is talking about you stepping into your psychic mastery and also being in a position to really compassionately, empathically feel for others, Nikki. So this is you not only going to be super psychic. The Queen of Cups is all about people falling in love with you because they just see you're hot and sexy, and it's really just that Cancer energy that draws them in, and it's that good mother loving. So you're definitely going to be channeling that Queen of Cups. He's going to be mad psychic, and because this is a competition. Lissy, I
got this one. Sorry, I already got this one. That's awkward. I already pulled it up. But anyway, so Lizzie.
I think Lizzie, did you have a question, hun? I think you did.
No, she has an answer, and I've got it right here in my hand. It's Three of Cups. Three of Cups is the answer.
Lizzie, thank you so much for let us know what the feedback is with the reading.
Oh, she loved it. Yeah, no, she just loved the feedback so much, and she also loves that I am winning. She said that. So yeah, and so Lizzie
says, what does her galactic family want her to know at this time?
Oh, that's funny. Well, they want you to know Three of Cups. So essentially they want you to have a lot of fun right now. They want you to have like a lot of excitement in your life and social extravaganzas, if you will. But I would say that Three of Cups is also saying there's like a extreme realization that you have started something new because you've started to feel new. You've started to feel different. And you started to break away from that old pattern that sort of kept you in this thought cycle where over and over again, it was like it felt like everything kept putting you on hold. And it feels like now it's like everything's going through. Even the things that feel like failures are actually feel more positive than being put in sort of this purgatory energy. So whether it's heaven or hell, like each and every step, each and every tiny situation is going to essentially have movement now. This is, the Three of Cups is like you're definitely leaving the Shire right now and starting a new journey.
The Shire?
Yeah, take that, Ari.
Wow.
I'm coming after you. I'm the Sagittarius coming after you, Libra.
I'm too busy being a better sign. I can't hear you. Over
oh
the
my
sound
God.
Of me being a better sign.
Right. It's, it is what it is. There's so much excellence that you're having to deal with. Word. Oh, okay. Well, Ari's going, so I guess I'll save the best for last. That's cool.
Oh, really?
Nice. No, good one. Good save, Michael. Good save.
All right, so since you're asking about galactics, I just pulled a galactic card for you instead. So black leaf patterning, so Orion. So there is a connection to Orion with you, especially when it comes to knowing and understanding duality. The black leaf patterning was I would call them kind of like the rebellion. And so they usually went to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. They stood up for people who couldn't stand up for themselves, things like that. So you have that same energy happening right now where you are very protective of the people that you love, as well as like even people who you know can't do that for themselves. So you're very vocal about it. The Black Leaf patterning energy that's coming from Orion, particularly in this moment for you, is to concentrate and to understand that the protectiveness can be balanced with compassion because of that Pisces energy that you have and the Scorpio combined. Holy shit. There seems to be an understanding that there is definitely an understanding of the light and the dark within you. And these beings know that. These beings are the ones that teach us about balancing duality, about balancing polarity, about balancing that dark wolf and the white wolf within us. Okay. And so that being said, that's why you're in this energy. You're in this energy, this kind of like a little bit of a tug of war. Like you're like one of those people are like you're driving like down the road and you're like, oh, what a wonderful day. And like you're waving at people and all of a sudden somebody like doesn't go fast enough and you're like, hurry the fuck up. And then you're like, love ya. Love ya, you know, have a wonderful day. And then you just turn. So you're really good at knowing like how to move through energy in polarity. You really know how to swing through it. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, your Orion guides definitely are there whenever you need them. Okay.
Well, let's see. Is there anyone else wants to go first? Okay. Well, let's see. We have so it's interesting. You asked what your galactic fam wanted you to know. And first of all, they think you're a little bit crazy because you seem to be like this like invisible agent that can change magically like the states of others' thoughts and feelings, but more so what I've had the vision of is like your guides put you on this one mission where like because and it works collectively, so it's like the collective couldn't clear an emotion, and so you kind of like a martyr, but not really a martyr, but it's like you process it for them. And so then it's like as you process it for them, they can process it because you're holding space. So your guys think you're crazy because you're really just supposed to do it once. And then you're like, I like this. And like, you just stay doing it. And your guys are like, Lissy, please, you don't have to do this. Like, this is too much. Like, you don't have to really put yourself out there like this. But you're like, no, I do this. Like, I'm out here for the collective. Like, I do. And the thing is, like, no one knows what the hell you're doing because, like, they have to actually be advanced at your level. Otherwise, it's like they'll look at you talking to spirits and they're like, oh my gosh, this bitch is crazy. It's like you're literally interceding for everyone around you. And so your guys were just like, Lissy, like, we just wanted you to do this once. We're not trying to have you save the world. And Lissy's like, well, I want to save the world and you're not going to stop me. And like, well, you put in so much work and made this a part of your lifestyle. And now, like, you got the 9 of Cups. It's a direct extension of what Jack's got at the 3 of Cups. And it's literally talking about your wishes coming true because you're just so busy holding space. It like multiplied. And it's linked with the Last Judgment. So it's like everything, all the bullshit you've had to face is coming away and you're starting a brand new cycle of just like everything you ever wanted coming true. So, I mean, you weren't just out here like taking people's pain. It really all is like, and it's not like you've taken their pain, but like it's all paying off. I'll say that, which is lit. Congratulations, Lissy. Sweet. So next we got Jade.
No, we already did Jade.
We already did Jade.
There's a new list now.
Shayna and Sharon. Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then Leah, and then Jan.
I had a dream. I got everything I wanted. Amen. So, Shayna, I actually get the sense that I'm picking up that you're direct. Okay, I don't know who you pissed off. I don't know who you might have like told the truth about. I don't even get that you tried to piss anyone off. I think you just said the truth and someone got mad. I think someone was expecting you to like kiss their ass and you didn't, but you weren't rude. It's not like you were being rude. You just didn't kiss their ass, or like you didn't like follow the crowd. And I think that's the energy I'm getting. I don't get that you were trying to be hurtful, but like you just weren't fake. And like you said something where other people usually like sugarcoat, and you may not know that you got there's this like dark force being sent after you. Now what they don't know is that you will stick a flaming sword up their ass. So like they don't even realize. And I get the sense it's because like you have this like calm demeanor on the outside, but no one knows that inside you're like an apex warrior. Like you get it in. And so like people are going to be sent to you unconsciously, not knowing they're doing this person's bidding. This is just maybe like said in an analogy story way, so maybe it'll make sense in your real reality. But like there are going to be people sent to you just to get at you, just to get at your emotions, just to irritate you. And these people may not be conscious of this. And it may be about like purporting some kind of gossip. But what's going to happen is the inner fire within you is just going to purge that darkness within people and like end up reversing the thing. And then you just don't be surprised if you find truth coming out about something you didn't know about. If someone's like, oh, this person said this about you, this person's saying this about you, like you basically don't even have to know what's happening because it's going to come to you. But I'm just letting you know this so that you know there's nothing to worry about. Like you can go up against 10 people and actually walk away unscathed, which is fair. I wonder what your moon sign is, if it's Aries or something.
I wonder too. I was channeling that you're being asked to be extremely mutable right now. Like the entire collective is expecting like everything from you. They're expecting you to do one thing with all of your energy, and then of course to do it in another direction at the same time. And I feel like right now the most important thing is, I mean, in some situations I think you actually will have to do that, but I think for a lot of situations you just have to sort of opt out. I feel like there's going to be a lot of upcoming situations socially and a lot of upcoming situations related to career where you just have to opt out and decide that you're not going to be a part of it at all. Like not only are you not going to bend over backwards for some other people, but also that you're just going to leave the room completely if they're going to ask you to in the first place. It requires like a total lack of empathy to ask someone to put all of their energy into a project when they have like 2 or 3 other things going on. It only takes like the littlest bit of understanding, the littlest bit of concern or empathy to be able to realize like, well, I can only really ask this much of this person. So if people are giving you all these unfair expectations and you're just wondering when the crazy will stop, I mean, honestly, it feels like you're going to have to be the one that stops it, and you're going to have to be the one that stops it by walking away most of the time. You know, walking away, deciding to, you know, for the things that you love, obviously moving with it and moving into that mutable, but otherwise just walking away completely. It feels like there's going to be like several situations that will finally come to a close if you do that.
Nice.
All right, Shayna. So when Mike was kind of talking about people projecting, this is why what I picked up, especially when he said that. You as a person are very I would say you are very forthcoming with your word. Like if you speak it, you do it, you know? So it's really like a lot of people around you are not that way. So you kind of tend to, in so many ways, call them out and them being not, you know, they say something and then they do something instead, like the total opposite of it. So they're not very loyal. They're not very truthful, things like that. And this is something that really bothers you. And so because of that, you tend to walk in a way of just, it feels like integrity. It feels like that's what you're here, like showing integrity, showing people what that looks like. And so because of that, you don't tolerate disrespect. You don't really tolerate people saying one thing and acting another way. It really irks you. Like I can see you just be like, why did he just say that instead? Now he's doing this. What the, you know, like, but it's definitely something that you call people on that, and eventually like you ask questions to learn more about that, because you could really see into someone's soul and their intentions right away, and you can really know if someone's lying to you. You really know that you're like, your intuition is really on point about people. And so that's a one thing that they don't like, is that they can't hide from you. They can't hide in the shadows anymore. You know, you're kind of like, you're walking around with a big lantern, shining the light in the shadows and showing them like what they really look like. And so that's what your mission is here, to shine the light in the shadows, to really show the world what we are focusing on, and really show us what we are creating because of this focus. And so it definitely is like a, in so many ways, is like a concentration of masculine energy. I don't know how much masculine energy you have in your chart, but there's a high concentration of that. But also like a transition between the masculine and the feminine too, like a great balance of it, because of the understanding of your intuition. You understand people through intuition, through your feelings. And so when you do take action, when you do call people out, then that's the masculine. Okay. And so it's really intense energy, but it's also really necessary for the people who know you in this lifetime.
Well said.
Yeah, next is Sharon for the channeled message. Sharon, I feel like you're about to get justice. Like it feels like you are just finally about to receive things that have been unfair for quite a long time. It feels like they're finally coming to a close. And it feels like the way that this is going to happen is actually going to be pretty direct. Like, I mean, this, whether it's related to money, whether this is related to someone giving you an apology, it's pretty clear that this energy is going to come to you, and you're going to have to be able to receive that. Like, it's actually going to feel a little bit difficult to receive it because of the way it's presented. It almost feels like too forward, and you have to make sure sometimes that when justice is served, that it's the right justice, that it's enough. So someone, for instance, might come to you for an apology, and they give you an apology, and then at the same time they clearly are doing it for a different reason. They're not really sorry, they're just trying to get it out of the way. So the most important thing right now is to make sure that you accept this justice and accept that this is closing, and don't worry too much about the form that it's taking. Like, allow it to present itself, because the universe is clearly going to put it in the form of several different like synchronicities.
Boom. So, okay. What I have for you is kind of controversial, which kind of follows the theme of like a lot of the message is that we've been getting. But Sharon, for you, I'm definitely picking up almost, yeah, okay. Oh, I got it. And you know what? Now I see what's welcome Jan to the $1 billion vibe. Now I see why.
Welcome, Jan.
Now I see why, Jax picked up justice. Sharon, it's like you see 7D, but people see 3D. And so like everything that you do, people can't perceive 7D. So you're doing 7D things, but people only see it as 3D. They're like, what the hell is she doing? But like you see, and so because you see so not far ahead, but so deeply in a certain sense, it's almost gonna look like to people who can't see the vision you see that you're the bad person or that you're the bad guy. Like it's like because so many people are limited in their perception, it's going to look like your actions are actually you being the bad guy when you're being the good guy. So that's really the message I have for you, Sharon. Like, though you may fight alone, you're going to come in an absolute victory and you're going to be victorious. So like just definitely, and I'm only saying this because some people might be kind of getting at you right now and thinking that you're moving wrong when you see you see what's going on at a high level. And so yeah, you definitely just want to, and I feel like this message applies to a lot of you listening too. So tune out the BS and just keep fighting the good fight, because you have to hold and maintain that vision. And eventually when it's time for others to get it, if they ever get it, then they will. So Godspeed. Ooh.
Sharon, I know you said you have difficulty blocking things out, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just like to say this to everyone. We are created in the image of Creator, and Creator has different aspects to itself. Therefore, we are different all the time. So when we think that we have certain aspects that are weak within us, that's not real weakness. That's actually strength. For you, Sharon, I feel like you, in particular, because you can't let things go, or you can't walk away from things, that is your strength, because you're not one to just give up. Okay, you're not one to just give up on people, just tell them to go f themselves, pretty much, like me. But that's the beauty of your soul. That's why you're here. You're here to show compassion for humanity, because it's needed. You're here to show people what true unconditional love looks like, and you're also here to understand that not everyone's going to look at things the way that you do, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you keep doing what you're doing because it is who you are. Okay, you shouldn't change yourself for anyone else. You shouldn't think of it as a weakness, because I'm pretty sure someone back in the day probably told you that, like, oh, you're too sensitive, or you cry too much, or why are you always helping people, like in that negative way. And it's because they, in their mindset, at that time, they don't understand that there are people like you in the world, and people like you are definitely necessary in this world, especially how we're transitioning from energy to energy to energy, intensity. So we are needing people who are more heart-centered to come in and to assist us who are more masculine in energy, to tell us to slow things down and really look at the whole person, instead of this action or that action from the past. And so that is definitely your mission here, is to teach the wisdom within each soul. It's definitely there is not one soul just here on accident. There is not just one soul here just wandering around not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Everyone has their own path, and you're here to teach that. You're here to teach people to see the whole person, and not just the actions that they took in the past, or the mistakes that people think that they made in the past. Okay, so
Preach it.
yeah, I really appreciate you, because people like you are really few and far in between.
Well said. And I guess next we have Leah, and then Jan. So Leah, I have an amazing message for you. It's just like Anne, and it's just like Micra. It's just like Micra. So Micro is around people, and people just like automatically, become their best version of themselves, or they come enhanced. And then um, Anne is around people, and things just balance out. Even if it looks ugly, it's still balanced. And then, of course, for you, Leah, I see this like sun energy emanating from your heart, and people will just be like happy around you. You're and it's interesting because you could be depressed, and people are still going to respond to the spirit you have and be happy. Now, it's not just happy, you're raising their vibe. So if people have like unresolved block energy, before that happiness comes, it's going to bring up all the negativity. So if people start to react, we're going to see this occur from 2 days ago to the next 2 weeks. And I think it has everything to do with the transition of all the energy in the Cancer. So like a lot of if people just kind of like trigger near you, is because your energy is forcing them to release what they've been holding on to, and then after that they'll be super happy. Okay, so the only catch, unlike the other two, this does have the potential to drain you, because this is like crack addict happiness. It's like, oh my gosh, it's exhilarating. Some people may unconsciously drain that from you. So just make sure you draw your boundaries. Make sure you're not spending too much time with people who are wasting your time, because it's just going to drain you. And yeah, Stay blessed. A lot of serendipities that are going to overturn any negativity or situation too. So stay tuned.
Yeah, and this is for Leah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Leah. So this is, to me, it feels like you're going to be reevaluating your past a lot. You're going to be looking at your past. You're going to be looking at situations where you could have chosen something and you didn't, and it feels like there's some regret around that. However, it feels like there's all these like new opportunities that are going to come where it's like you'll have a very similar set of crossroads ahead of you, and you'll have to make a new choice, or at least you'll have the option to make a new choice. It feels like the most important thing to do right now is to not regret not stepping into something in the past, but instead to allow yourself to finally do it, you know, in the present, to allow yourself to finally find that and have that healing. Because with this, you know, like this energy, it's very much like rebirth. It's very much like the phoenix energy. And it's like, once you've shed this, once you've shed the old fire, you'll be allowed to rise from the ashes once again. But you have to be able to forgive that didn't work out in the past, that didn't happen in the past. Those situations came up, and there were certain situations to walk away from where you didn't, or there wasn't enough boundaries being set. But it's pretty clear you're going to have that opportunity again. And so what's important is that you do it this time around. It even feels like there's like some of the same characters that are going to be coming up from the past again as well. So just be prepared for that. Be prepared for this eerie cycle, you know, and like this is a chance for this cycle to end a different way.
Nice.
Yes, Leah, I'm definitely seeing a cycle coming through again. And again, you know, this is just something that your guides are kind of letting you focus on, understanding, hey, you know, there's a reason why this is coming back in. There's an opportunity for you to remedy this, to speak your truth, to put your foot down, and to tell people that, you know, even though you're here to help, you're here to assist, they should be mindful not to take advantage of that. Okay. You are supposed to be in a leadership role in this lifetime. And so that being said, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be attracted to you, because remember, when somebody starts, speaking up, somebody starts a movement, somebody starts, expressing the truth or their truth or how they see things and trying to change minds and hearts, then there's going to be leeches. There's going to be people trying to ride their coattails and things like that. And so it is important for you to weed those out. All right. Because you're going to be placed in a position of authority, and you can't, they're thinking, oh, she's going to be, you know, one of these days she's going to be in charge and she's going to be able to do me favors, and I'm going to get away with everything because she's going to be in charge and I know her, you know, things like that. So be mindful of those people, and just know that you can say, no, you know, you're not going to get away just because I'm in charge. You're not going to let you slide, you know? And so it's really important for you to see these cycles, to see these people for who they really are, and then to let them go with peace and love.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So next, Jack was next.
Did we already do Jan? Or yeah, we did.
No, we didn't do Jan.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Jan's next right now.
Yeah, we've got Jan, and then Catherine, and then we have Rebecca, and then we have
Barney. What's up, Barney? I haven't seen.
Is Barney the fourth one?
Yeah,
No.
the dinosaur. I haven't seen him since a kid.
Barney the dinosaur.
Got him. All right.
What?
Like, what? I'm confused. Like, what?
Now, so as far as the one card pulls, though, the first thing is that whoever draws it first wins. And so what I got for you, Jan, because I care the most that I draw the card first.
Oh man.
Is that I got the Hermit card. And so it feels like right now what you'll be doing is you'll be asking yourself life's largest questions in the night. It feels like essentially you're going on almost like a little bit of a sojourn, and you're asking what it is that matters to you most right now, rather than just the ideas behind your life and the structure of your life and what it is you feel you're aiming for. what really matters to you most in your heart space? Who are you serving right now? Are you serving yourself? Are you serving another particular person or another group of people? And what does your new future need to look like? Because with the moth, there's this whole transformation energy. There's all this change that happens, and a very special kind of metamorphosis, because it's like a spiritual one. It's like, if you are listening to other people's gifts, like, is it time to speak now with your gift? If you're listening to another person's expertise, is it time for you to now speak from your expertise? And so it feels like this is really interesting. You know, this is the moment where you go from the apprentice into the master. And that's what I see here. That's what I see in this energy.
I got it. Way to go, Gemini. Right, so I have the Ace of Gabriel for you. So that's like the Ace of Wand. So new beginnings, I always hear it. New beginnings, starting anew, starting something out from the ground up. It feels like you're being inspired and or energized to do that, to possibly change something in your life, something for the better, something that brings you more abundance, as well as more peace of mind as well. Like, it feels like, I don't know if you have a business mind, kind of like an idea that you want to bring into fruition, or you're gonna want to work with someone new out there that has a similar ideologies, similar work ethic, things like that. But it feels like there's a gift coming in. There is high energy, high optimism in this, okay? In this new energy coming in, okay? Because if it's at the beginning, that means that something is moving forward, something that you shut the door from is affording you the opportunity to go into something new. So that's what I'm picking up for you. And that's all I have for you, Jan.
Oh, question. Remember how Trump released the JFK documents?
Yeah.
Apparently that got pushed to 2021.
What?
He said that apparently he's held some assassination files and is gonna release them 2021, middle of Saturn. So that's really interesting.
Oh, dude. Someone's going to be remember who was in charge of the FBI back then?
Comey?
CIA.
The dirty cop Comey?
He was in, I think he was in one of those. Like, no.
And he withheld information from Trump about Obama.
No, but Bush Sr. was a CIA agent, I believe. I think he was an agent. And he withheld information about JFK's assassination for like, they really didn't do a thorough investigation. They're like, oh, that guy. Like, all of a sudden they just picked them up instead of like actually doing a thorough, because they said there's 2 shooters instead of 1.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they didn't really look at the other shooter or where the hell, you know what I mean? And so that supposedly there was one up near the grassy knoll, and then another one in like a parking structure or hotel or something like that. So yeah, Senior died, but there's still,
he was a Gemini.
They're still going to hold some type of whoever's the survivors of that investigation that fucked it all up. They're going to still hold them accountable.
Wow. That's crazy. You already pulled for Jan?
Listen, Mystic Trump
we both pulled for Jan, yeah.
Oh my God.
And we saved the best for last.
I got the knife.
For last, but yeah.
I got the Nine of Pentacles, which is talking about a great stabilization of your financial world. Trump likes tea, that's hilarious. And Bon McGarrett, even more hilarious. Yeah, so what's up, Catherine? So yeah, this is definitely a Virgo card, and it's really speaking of taking the money you're making and stabilizing it as a foundation to actually be super rich by Capricorn season, harvested Virgo season. So this is awesome, Jan. But this is definitely speaking of you not just stabilizing your income, but coming into more control of it. especially if you are working with a reliable Knight of Pentacles friend who can help you manage your money.
Mm-hmm.
So next we have Catherine, and
And we do, and I went ahead and drew a card for Catherine because I care about her the
Okay,
most.
dude.
What's really interesting about Catherine is she decided after a meditation last night that she's going to move cities for music. And she feels like she's going to work in Sydney potentially. And there's a lot of work that would have to be done for this. What I got is the tower. So that's actually extremely confirming. You have to destroy basically your current tower in order to build a new one. I would say that this is, it's an energy that encourages you to be a part of that destruction, not a bad destruction, the destruction of an old way of being and taking this risk and moving forward in a way that most people, they get frightened when they see the tower. They think that the tower only represents that they're losing something, but the reality is you can't really lose anything that you actually have. Like you can only lose things that are illusions. You can lose things that are physical, locations, but you can't actually lose that which you really, really have. And so this is like a reawakening for you. And I would say go for it. Go for it with all of your might and with all the fire in your soul.
And I got the card after the tower, the star. And
Oh my God.
let me tell you why this hits home for me. Kat, I've already heard you sing. I don't even know why. I don't even know. Maybe it's your Scorpio moon. I don't even know why you're not out here like super diva. Like you should know. You should walk around like you know you're the shit. Like, oh yeah,
Titties
me.
out
Like,
and everything.
right. Like, you need to book me. Like, you want me to come to your club? That's 10,000 just to show up. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta like that. You gotta like that. But I mean, whether you're like bougie or not, I love the fact that I got the star because giving your question, this is saying that you can drop everything and pursue music. Like when you get the star card, it's saying that your dream, your passion is what you're meant to do. I got this card when I just started reading tarot, and this tarot reader called Jonah, I don't know if he still goes by Jonah. I think he goes by something else right now. He went by Gregory Scott before, or Jonah. He's super awesome. He's from the UK, and he pulled this card for the daily card. And he said, "Yeah, I don't know if you have like a vocation you do, but it's going to get you paid, and it's going to be something that you're passionate about doing or meant to do." And I ended up, being here, being able to live off of this. So this is with the tower saying that you want to have 100% faith in what you do. We already know you're really good at what you do. So like, there shouldn't be any doubt, my friend. Like, don't even let naysayers deter you. Just go out there and be the superstar that you're meant to be. And then I can be like, oh, I've read her chart before. She's famous, but I used to know her. And I can like name drop you and look cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I got the Knight of Gabriel. So yeah, titties out for sure. Gallop.
Right.
Like, woo, look at me. So the Knight of Gabriel, of course, is Knight of Wands, and it's definitely a very confident person, very enthusiastic and courageous, extremely charismatic, as well as just passionate for life and instinctively your energy feels like you just know what you want. Okay, you just know what you want and you know how to get it. And so it's time for you, like this Knight of Wands is like, let's go for it, let's go right out into the sunset, let's go for the goal, let's go freaking like it's like dicks out, titties out, like I'm just hearing let's just go and do and get it. And so this is definitely a time for you to get what you want. Okay, it's time for you to go for the goals. It's time for you to not hold back. Okay, so that's what I have for you.
But don't listen to her streaking advice. That's not, in a court of law, they're not going to care that someone told you in a tarot reading. It's going to still be illegal, probably. Depending on where you are, I guess.
Right. If the judge gets it, maybe. You're like, oh, perfect sense.
Speaking of which, next we have Rebecca. And it's a channel. Don't worry. I'm not going to outpull the cards.
But you're going to out channel.
Well, that many things might happen, but Rebecca actually was asking about a question. Do you have a question, Rebecca? And same with Alexandra.
Seiko says I'd probably do something like that though.
For the sake of your career, maybe not.
Flash!
I mean, maybe. I don't know. All right, Rebecca, what's your question?
She has a question up.
I feel I'll be ready. Ooh. Yeah, I'm willing to bet you've got two people coming your way of the same sign. There'll be two people that show up in your life. They'll be the same sign. There'll be this really weird kind of polarity situation, but it's not going to be total opposites. It feels like, as far as their core values, they're going to be basically the same, but it's the way that they live their life through them that's going to feel a lot different. And so you're going to have to really choose what it is that actually makes you feel alive rather than what it is that feels like it makes sense. If you go by what you feel makes sense, it feels like it could end up being like a really wrong choice in the long term. You'll have to like listen to what actually makes you feel the most. And so anyways, it feels like you're going to like both of them though. So be prepared for that. It feels like both of them are interested in commitment too. But just to understand, it's like there's going to be a bunch of really weird synchronicities between the two of them, and it's going to almost feel planned. It's almost like how Michael was talking about the Truman Show before. It's very, very Truman Show.
She asked if it's new guys.
Yeah, they both feel new to me.
Nice.
Now, what I'm getting. All right, so one of them is gonna really.
Are you getting two guys as well?
I'm getting like two guys, but yes, it's kind of like similar energy. But one of them is gonna be more of like a cycle, like from the past. Like it's gonna be a reminder of what she doesn't want, you know. And then the other one is gonna be kind of like that, but not. And so it's gonna be really hard to choose. And so your guides are like, well, do you want to, you know, work things through karma with this guy that feels like kind of like similar cycles from past lovers? Or do you want to work through a little bit of that you have left and make a new, you know, path with this other guy? It feels like they're both like again, like similar energy, but one of them is going to be more work than the other. I'm sorry, like I hate saying that, but it's true. One of them is going to be more evolved than the other, you know, in the way of like relationship stability as well as emotions. This is the key one, okay? Emotions, because one of them is going to fake it, okay, and the other one is going to be genuine, okay, and it's going to really like trouble you because you're gonna be like, is this real genuine or is this not? Like, so it really is bringing back a cycle from the past where you were in relationships with people who faked it, you know, like they faked their emotions. They told you one thing but actually acted a different way, and it revealed, you know, you saw that in the relations. That's why it ended. So again, you're getting this opportunity to choose, okay? And you will know eventually, you know, you will know exactly who is the right one, because you will see that, you will sense it. Like, always follow your intuition, okay? Always follow your intuition. Your guides are like, make sure she follows her intuition, her gut feeling, because it's never wrong, okay? Like, if you think someone's cheating on you, they're cheating on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely, you're really spot on. You're really spot on, intuitively speaking. Okay.
I'm getting for you that relationships are your vehicle to let people know. Oh my God. to let people know the truth. That was a piece of my hair.
Oh, I was like, what happened?
I was like, oh shit. Baby FaceTime. Okay. Yeah. So it's specifically one-on-one, and you don't even have to be conscious of it all the time. But like, and I got it under the guise that you're special, chosen, or the one who chooses. But it's very much so like in one-on-one settings, people come to the full truth with you. And it's kind of terrifying for some people because of the way that you can just nonchalantly lay it on someone. And like, it's not even like you're trying to shove truth down people's throats. So for example, you could be having a conversation about cars and engines, and the things that you're telling them about cars is mirroring exactly what they were asking for. And now they're like, how did you know that I was asking about like, oh, Sagittarius, that's why. How did you know that I was asking about something in my heart and you spoke directly on it? Oh my God, that's it. That's it. You're a Sagittarius, so your seventh house is Gemini, and that means you give truth beamer like boom. So there you go. Yeah, I figured that's what I seen. So it's like, yeah, this is shifting with all this Gemini energy, so that the nature of how you expose it is a lot more magical. And yeah, just prepare for more revelations, because it's going to really take that dynamic and lead with that with the North Node there. So,
Ooh, yeah.
that was awesome.
Next one is Alexandra.
And I know Alexandra mentioned anything that comes up, please. Thank you.
Okay. And it's interesting. Is it just me, or is this like the fourth time where when Alexandra gets a reading, it's always the last one? It's like Alexandra appears and like closes out the reading.
What's your sign, Alexandra?
Yeah.
So what I
gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, actually.
She is. She's a gatekeeper. Like, she opens the gate for souls and then she closes them.
Oh shit.
Wow. That's actually
like that's
awesome.
like a portal keeper, the same thing. It feels like everything ends with her. You know what I mean? Like when things need to happen, like she's a catalyst for that, for the change and things like that. So that's what I'm picking up. Like that's I'm already channeling for
I was about to say that sounds like your channel message.
You son of
and
a
here
bitch.
I thought I was about to go first
you
too.
Son
Damn.
of a bitch.
You got me.
Just jumping in through conversation, answer my question.
I was like, yes, I'm finally gonna beat Jax. And then Ari just got it. Still home base. Damn it.
Sorry. Okay, so the reason why I said it is because these big fucking black wings like closed it, and it's Archangel Azrael, who is the gatekeeper of the underworld, who is the one that transports souls into, you know, their final rest or to different dimensions, you know, things like that. So she is connected to him. She does a lot of work in the astral planes, where she ushers souls, or she ushers energy. She transforms energy in an energetic field with people, or even in like they're showing kind of like different dimensions. She transforms it. She opens the gates. She opens the portals. She closes them and things like that. It feels like there's this mission that you're on right now, where you're doing this. You are the one allowing the flooding of the energy coming in to change, like through the actual eclipses. Like he's showing me the eclipse, and he's showing me you and him, and then of course of other souls who are in the same group of workers doing this through the eclipses. Like every energy that's coming onto the earth plane right now is coming through you guys. Like you guys are like observing it. And that's why you guys are more prepared for the fluctuations and the intensities and things like that. And so you like, it's kind of like a foretelling. Like you get the information prior, before it happens, and then you're able to disseminate the information to whomever you are with or whomever you are connected to. So there's like a lot of predictive energy, a lot of definitely predict the flood. You could definitely predict transformation in people. You could definitely predict a lot of things because you have access to it. So there seems to be a lot of work that you're doing. Like you're probably really exhausted right now because you've been working a lot. in the ether, in the spirit realm a lot. And so I would definitely ask your boss or your higher self, to just give you a little bit of time to rest and recuperate in between all the stuff that you're doing. But it's definitely, he's there. Like, Azrael is there with you. Like, he's like, yeah, that's my sister. Like, it's pretty intense.
Ari,
Yeah,
I want to
and
show you something.
oh,
Oh, go ahead, Jax. Go ahead.
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
All right, all right.
It's fine.
I think you guys will find this pretty funny.
You have started screen sharing. Double click. Oh. Oh my god. He actually looks a lot like him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Alexandra, I get that about a week ago you had like this divine clarity moment and you knew exactly what your grand message was for this lifetime, and like you know exactly what direction you're headed, what you really want. And I think there's part of you that wants to check and verify, but I think what you're supposed to do right now is like believe it, like to truly believe what's come through, what message, you know, is part of your soul now, that you almost like you can't go back to the way things were before with what you now know. So it's like move forward in this direction and move forward like the Six of Swords with like a lot of clarity and like a lot of certainty in your and the way that you're doing it. And understand that other people will sometimes offer helpful advice, but there's other times where other people are just a cloud of confusion. They're really only adding their own insecurity with the unknown onto what you're going through. And so don't let anyone dissuade you from following this path and following it the way that you need to follow it. That's what I'm picking up for you.
She said she's Gemini, Sun, Sag, Rising, Virgo, Moon. She's like pretty much my chart.
Queen of Magic.
Jesus.
So what
wow.
Except I have Chiron, Gemini and Chiron only in the chart.
So what I have channeled for you borrows off of what Ari just said. When you kind of when you have mutable energies like that, this actually allows one to be a goddess or queen or king or god of magic, or let's say master of magic, where all of your energies are put out mutably and your affect such wondrous change. And it's actually quite amazing because we're in Gemini season. So I can totally see the universe using or flowing through you to change everybody's perspective. But what I'm picking up for you is that Alexandria, right? You are stepping into the upper echelon of magical ability, where instead of just having this flow through you unconsciously, you're starting to set the cause-effect relationships between spells you do and what happens. And you're going to be mastering it by Virgo season to where you can just do a Faraga spell and like give someone a 3rd degree burn. But you can also heal them from like actual mortal injuries. And this is going to set up the next dichotomy of, well, damn, will I get kidnapped and experimented? Like, who can I even show I have these abilities and blah, 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 blah. And this is going to be a collective chapter. But for you, you're going to facilitate helping people like perceive the right way to see these abilities and also directly like awaken people too. So that's amazing. And yeah, we are complete. This was a very awesome reading and transit. And you know, I'm just going to be competitive next week so I can win first sometimes with the
One of these days. One of these days.
Oh,
it took me years of training.
You know him.
Integrate our Aries.
Right.
You're at the Aries.
You know Jax. One card pull Jax always at the first.
That sounds so wrong. I'm sorry. One card pull Jax.
You know, I'm gonna have to leave that one alone.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
I tried.
I'm just gonna surrender on this one.
Well, you guys stay blessed as always. This is awesome.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.
And until next time, peace.
Goodbye the most. I love you the most. Okay, bye.